They have individuals in this side that will terrify Penrith, even as good as Penrith are defensively. They will have them nervous. This is a nice moment, Vossi.
Brian Tottle, one of the most popular players in the game, 150 NRL matches. I think it is his destiny tonight that he scores try number 100. Twice a Brad Fittler medal winner with New South Wales, proud Samoan representative. Now husband and father of two. Tremendous family man, Brian Tottle. The fan club are here for Penrith. The Panthers top of the table, but hey, there's been some serious challenges thrown down by those teams nipping it at their heels.
Well, not only that, you think to the start of game last weekend that has been the DNA of this Penrith side blown off the park by Mitchell Moses in the opening 12 minutes. I don't think that'll happen again, not with this man there. As I said, Nathan Cleary in the coin toss, even at ground level with Joe Tarpany, had a steely look about him. He is unbelievably focused, and we are getting closer to the business end of the season. Here we go.
Of the top 5 sides have already won in round number 22. Penrith want to be the 4th. Raiders want to keep their charge going. Can they make it 4 in a row? This is a big one, folks. Live from Mudgee, Fox League. Let the miracle happen again.
Eh bien bonjour tout le monde, j'espère que vous allez bien. Bienvenue dans ce premier match de la journée entre les Panthers de Penrith et les Canberra Raiders. L'année dernière, ils nous avaient offert un dénouement absolument incroyable avec un essai de Kyle Wicks en point en or dans les derniers instants, alors que Cleary avait tenté le drop. Là aujourd'hui, est-ce que ça va être la même? C'est pas la même équipe de Penrith, beaucoup plus en confiance, beaucoup plus, on va pas dire dégourdi, mais beaucoup plus agressif. Et Canberra un peu plus en difficulté en cette saison, eux qui avaient surnagé la saison dernière avant de s'écrouler face aux Broncos puis aux Sharks. Et là on est reparti pour 80 minutes de pur bonheur avec un match très intéressant. Allez, Thomas Jenkins maintenant. Première série de tenues qui a été effectuée par Canberra là, dans un premier temps. Et bien sûr, a dû se dégager au pied au bout du 5e, ce qui donne un ballon de relance au niveau des 30 avec Brian Toe maintenant. Brian Toe par contre lui, un match particulier pour lui qui va disputer son 150e match de NRL aujourd'hui. Allez, on est avec Isaiah maintenant. Isaiah, 4e tenue, 5e même. Et on va devoir passer par du pied avec Nathan Cleary. Kyle Wicks qui essaie de rebondir. Attention, Wicks qui cherche des solutions.
To Fox League and what a game to come back here on the sideline in Mudgee.
Yeah, good evening, gentlemen, and hello to everyone at home. What a game to make my return. It's absolutely no surprise that after more than served up last season, it's a sellout here in Mudgee. I heard security guards tell
dans cette série. Ouh là, attention le plaquage haut là de Leota. Le plaquage haut de Leota là, ça va donner une pénalité très intéressante pour cette équipe des Raiders qui vont pouvoir se sortir de leur camp sans trop se fatiguer. Et c'est Xavier Savage qui a subi le plaquage haut. Allez. Et Jaden Engar qui va remplacer Jane Edwards qui n'est pas là. Il y a beaucoup de jeunes, t'as Billy Scott aussi. Allez, oh, attention là, les intervalles qui se sont ouverts là pour les Raiders. Oh, c'était bien joué la passe de Swange qui va mettre dans le bon tempo pour le premier essai marqué par les Raiders. Et c'est Mathieu Timoko qui va aller marquer ce premier essai. Bravo à lui, c'était très très bien joué.
The footwork and the momentum, and then on the back of a set restart on the Harvey Norman replay, it's Matt Timoko on that left-hand side, combining beautifully with Ethan Strange, who just skips over. You can see there a little bit of disruption in the defensive line.
Que c'est bien joué, ça joue dans le fermé. Strange qui, avec son petit pas de loi, qui reprend un peu de vitesse. Et ça lui permet tout simplement de mettre Timoko dans le bon tempo, dans l'espace ouvert. Et bien sûr, trop compliqué de l'arrêter à 5 mètres, 5 mètres de la ligne. Jackson Edgar, pardon, qui a eu beau essayer de toutes ses forces, qui ne réussira pas. Et 4-0 d'entrée, 5 minutes de jeu. Sous les yeux de J-22. Et Ethan Sanders pour transformer cet essai. Elle va pas être facile. Sanders en coin, côté gauche, avec son pied gauche, il enroule. Oh, ça passe, il est magnifique. Il enroule beaucoup au début et puis la courbe s'est arrêtée sur la fin de la course, ce qui permet de passer cette transformation. 6-0 pour Canberra. Allez, ça joue avec le pilier de Canberra qui est allé percuter Isaiah. On essaie de sortir proprement de son camp, gagner des mètres forcément. Déjà deuxième tenue, on n'a pas franchi les 20. Tapini maintenant, qui cherche des solutions. Le capitaine. Et Stewart. Eh, c'est bien joué ce coup de pied. Attention, il est pas mal. Ce pour une 40-20, mais bien surveillé. Bien surveillé par Edgar, qui va essayer de relancer pour les Panthers. Alors, Jack Cougar en position là pour l'instant de demi d'ouverture, qui va chercher Brianto, qui est allé dézoner, et Brianto qui en perd son casque. Toujours percussion avec Alamochi qui va chercher Léota sur ce quatrième tenue qui va aller en percussion. Cinquième tenue, 37 mètres de gain. Et Nathan Cleary qui va devoir monter une chandelle. Et bien capté par Jet Stewart. Allez, on va essayer de rebondir le jeu avec KOX qui a joué sur Savage en percussion. Allez, Sébastien Chris maintenant, à son tour, qui n'était pas prévu de débuter aujourd'hui. Changement de dernière minute. Oh, attention, parce que là, Strange qui fait 2-3 crochets intéressants. Et cette spiral kick là qui est très bien montée sur le cinquième. Et Edgar qui arrive à l'attraper en deux temps sans faire d'en avant. Très bien joué de la part du jeune arrière qui a fort à faire aujourd'hui pour remplacer Liam Edwards. Alors. Hey, six again pour Penrith. qui vont devoir forcément essayer de le jouer intelligemment celui-là, ce premier 6 seconds du match. Allez, Papali. Ouais, c'est bien joué. Ouais, c'est bien joué. Nathan Cleary, il est passé. Nathan Cleary qui va trouver Lee Martin et l'essai. Et la réponse. La réponse 5 minutes plus tard à ce premier essai, elle est là. Et c'est Cleary qui attaque la ligne d'avantage, qui cherche du soutien et qui va trouver son deuxième ligne. Et c'est de Liam Martin.
Dictating early, running the ball on the Harvey Norman replay. Have a look at this front on. Bang, there's the fend on Hosking, gets rid of him. And then just steadies his feet, nails the pass, executed to perfection. And Nathan Cleary starting to weave his magic in Mudgee.
Early signs, 9.5 minutes. We're not going to have much time to come up for air tonight.
No.
The way Penrith and Canberra are going to attack each other. And just as Martin scores, we come to a regional town like Mudgee. I don't know whether you get two sides play each other with so many country towns represented by the players that are on show tonight. And there's Tamora's Liam Martin going over. Dubbo's Azeo got it moving there. Country towns, bush footy well represented tonight.
So Penrith come here averaging 29 points a game. They're the best attack in the competition, but over the last month, the Raiders are averaging 43 points a game. 43 points a game, so you're right. There will be some points there.
Allez, Nathan Cleary pour transformer, ça va passer.
For a belter of a game, 6-all, Panthers and Raiders. Cleary, big hand to play in the try and then converting as well.
He's really developed into part of the puzzle through the middle of the field, hasn't he, Lindsay Smith, with his ball playing? Because so often their system is always Yo and Nathan. Well, now he's really become a pivotal part of that ball playing with Isaiah through the middle, and in moments like that, it unlocks the halves, and Nathan capitalised beautifully.
Allez, c'est reparti avec KOX qui va envoyer un très long ballon. Les bras de Cocker. Cougar, pardon. Allez, on va jouer sur Papali maintenant. Essayer de faire avancer cette équipe de Penrith avec Leota à son tour. Troisième tenue, on a franchi les 30 mètres depuis un petit moment. Liam Martin qui gagne des mètres précieux. Quatrième tenue. Yeo. Cinquième tenue maintenant. Cleary, la chandelle de Nathan Cleary dans les bras de Jet Stewart qui va devoir relancer, mais bien repris par Leota et Lindsay Smith qui était venu donner un coup de main avec Isaio maintenant qui défend très bien. Attention, Xavier Savage. Osborne pour Strange qui a joué son premier State of Origin il y a quelques mois. Il y a un mois exactement. Allez, Osborne, encore lui. Et Sanders là qui va encore monter une spiral kick dans les bras d'Edgard qui va te le relancer ça. Mais bien chassé par Tapiné. Et Tapiné fait un énorme plaquage sur Edgard. Et attention avec Jenkins. Il y a peut-être un coup à jouer pour Penrith parce que tout le monde n'est pas replacé côté Riders, mais je vois que tout le monde n'est pas replacé non plus du côté Penrith. Ils ont un peu du mal là à se replacer les deux équipes. Brianto sans son casque. Avec Cleary, pourquoi pas. À la mochi pour Cleary, pour Leota. On va jouer sur Yeo qui écarte avec maintenant Kazé McLean. Et allez, attention, la chandelle de Nathan Cleary sur 5e tenue. Elle est belle, elle est bien montée. Et Kyle Weeks qui va pouvoir essayer de relancer.
In the end, it was a nicely weighted kick down that left corridor. And they're doing a good job at the moment. Field position in the favour of the Panthers after conceding early points.
Just on Xavier Savage, he was the only Raider who did not have good memories of last year. This is where he fractured his shoulder. And that was the end of the season for Savage, this ground here last year. Might be something in that.
Alors on montre une image comme quoi Savage aurait pris un coup, mais on voit pas trop le coup. Et attention, cette chandelle là, la spiral kick encore une fois, bien gérée par Jenkins. Quelle saison il nous fait Jenkins, hein. Franchement, il fait un grand bien aujourd'hui hein, à cette équipe de Penrith. Après l'échec de la saison dernière, on voit un énorme Thomas Jenkins cette saison. Léo. Oh, la passe elle est pas propre. La passe elle est pas propre. Et bien sûr, juste après on aura ce match entre les Broncos et les Knigths. Les Broncos qui sont officiellement éliminés de la course au titre. Et pourquoi ils bug, je sais pas. Ouais, les Broncos qui sont officiellement éliminés de leur course au titre. Ils vont pas pouvoir défendre leur trophée cette année. Une énorme déception hein, en tant que supporter des Broncos. Et forcément un peu de regret sur quelques matchs qu'on a laissé filer, qu'on aurait peut-être pas dû. Je pense à celui de Parramatta, le deuxième match de la saison. C'était assez dur. Mais bon, c'est comme ça. C'est le jeu, ça fait partie du sport malheureusement. Allez, Kyle Weeks. Ah, tapiné. Ouais, c'est bien joué là. Ce qu'il faut. Oh, Canberra, la mauvaise passe. Et attention. Et voilà ce genre d'action qu'il faut pas laisser passer contre Penrith. Ils viennent de le laisser en route là les joueurs des Raiders. Allez, première tenue sur les 20 mètres. Deuxième tenue, on est quasi sur les 25 mètres. On essaie d'avancer côté Penrith. Mettre de l'avancée, c'est très intéressant. Avec Lindsay Smith. Quatrième tenue, on est quasi sur les 50. Hein. Yeo qui va attaquer la ligne. Oh Yeo, attention, il a cassé 3 plaquages. Il a rebondi sur tout le monde et il a pu remettre de l'avancée. Cinquième tenue avec Nathan Cleary. Le petit rason, c'est bien joué pour mettre la pression sur Kyle Weeks. Et Kyle Weeks qui va s'imposer et garder ce ballon et lancer cette série de tenues dans leurs 10 mètres. C'est vraiment pas un cadeau qui est fait à Kyle Weeks et aux Riders d'exploiter ce genre de ballon pour la relance. 23 minutes encore avant la fin de la première mi-temps. Encore une percussion avec Smithies maintenant. Avec quatrième tenue. Strange. Un énorme coup de pied dans les bras de Jenkins. Jenkins qui va essayer de relancer, mais t'as Sanders là qui est déjà sur lui. Allez, pourquoi pas faire rebondir le jeu avec Edgard. On avance hein, déjà deuxième tenue, on est quasi sur les 50. Ça c'est une bonne série de tenues à exploiter pour cette équipe de Penrith. Brianto.
Another 20 runs in a game last week for Brian Tottle. Always busy.
Yo
has started well. The cream is rising to the top here with the Penrith team. They're into a groove. Cleary's going to look for Jenkins. We've seen this show before. Can they put it?
Ouais, c'est bien joué. Thomas Jenkins là, qui avait récupéré ce ballon, mais il avait fait un en avant. Et du coup, on va rendre le ballon à Canberra dans leur 10 mètres. Encore.
So targets on all wings here. Now for Chris, I mean, when you line it up man for man, there's some wonderful try-scoring players in this side. Like the blokes that can light it up. Everyone from, Xavier Savage and Kaya Weeks, Tom Jenkins having the year he's having. A ball across here to Weeks.
Allez, c'est bien joué avec Weeks. Oh, Savage. Ouais, non, il y a eu en avant. Il y a eu en avant.
Savage would have found Weeks and the Raiders would have had their second.
Well, this is the danger in the attack of the Raiders. They've got so much speed on both edges. And Seb Chris there, you can see there just had that moment he had to catch on his body. If he had been able to catch out in front, he executes the pass. That split second where he catches on his chest just made him hold the ball a fraction long. The touch judge right in line with it. But a couple of nice warning shots from the Raiders using their back line. And the left edge there getting tested already from Penrith.
Ouais, ça joue pour Chloé. Brianto. Oh là là, sur cette mêlée, ils ont mis de l'avancée. Avec Liam Martin maintenant, on est dans les 20 mètres des Riders. Allez, deuxième tenue, Léota qui rebondit sur Tapiné et sur Smithies. Avant d'avoir effectué son tenue, Yeo à hauteur pour Lindsay Smith. Et six again pour Open West avec Coger, le petit rasant magnifique pour Liam Martin, il a voulu le laisser à la Mochi, mais est-ce que l'essai va être validé, je ne sais pas. J'ai pas l'impression, pour moi il y a eu en avant.
They couldn't resist the Raiders. This is the Panthers. This is twice now where they've had a shot to their left.
Ouais, il n'y a aucun doute, ils sont derrière. Coger, le coup de pied est magnifique. Oh, attention, parce que là, il y a peut-être une faute sur Timoko. Ah, Liam Martin, il aurait dû s'en occuper lui-même. Ah non, il y a en avant. Il y a en avant malheureusement. Il y a en avant. Et pas. Je vois pas comment on peut l'accorder cet essai.
Sent up no try. That's very relevant. And then Martin, does he force it properly? He's a bit all over the place as well. Oh, I'll leave it with the bunker this one.
Yeah. Let's just take in the serenity, Andrew.
Breathe in that pudgy air. Where's Kenny Sutcliffe? Where's he right now?
I think it might touch the leg back into the arm.
Yeah, you're saying leg into the back
forearm.
of the arm.
Yep. So it goes knee back into the right forearm.
Multiple looks at it.
Alors.
Well, it's only a brush, if anything.
Maybe it just drops. Maybe it doesn't touch the forearm. Oh, Andrew.
I thought
they're looking at grounding. They're looking at grounding here. That's normally a sign this is going to be a try for Penrith.
Non, il n'y a pas l'air d'avoir essai. Ah si, essai accordé. Oh, étonnant. Franchement, moi je l'aurais pas accordé cet essai. Mais Liam Martin va mettre son doublé. Pourtant, il y a en avant d'Alamuchi. Il y a en avant d'Alamuchi. Franchement, j'ai du mal à comprendre la décision de l'arbitre là. J'ai vu, c'est un ballon qui ne contrôle pas. Considéré vers l'arrière.
to bring the line
Pas vraiment
forward.
d'accord avec ça.
Last time it was Cleary that went straight through. This time they kick in behind. Oh, I'm not sure, Andrew.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Anyway.
Et même les commentateurs, ils sont pas sûrs.
Dominance in terms of territory. You probably feel that that's a deserved score for Penrith.
Ça part d'un ballon perdu dans le camp de Canberra, de Penrith pour Canberra, qui avait une occasion d'engranger le score. Ils n'ont pas réussi.
Canberra down to 12 men for 10 minutes, but no try necessarily. Or were they going to give penalty try? Anyway, they found a try, and now
Nathan Cleary, ça va passer entre les perches forcément. On connaît ses qualités de buteur. Et 12 assists, 100% pour les deux buteurs aujourd'hui. Ils ont que eu des pénalités compliquées, des transformations compliquées à tenter. Je comprends toujours pas comment il a pu être accordé cet essai. Vraiment, j'ai vraiment du mal à comprendre. C'est vraiment assez surprenant. C'est surprenant, je trouve, cet essai accordé. La Papali est refoulée. Hein. Leota. On est au 4e tenu. Et Wicks qui est revenu défendre. Oh attention parce que Cougar il s'est fait reculer par Wicks sur cet impact. Savage.
It's been a good start from Jack Cowick coming into the number 6 jersey.
Just to the eye from the commentary box, a little bit of energy has dropped from the Canberra performance at the moment.
Chimoko maintenant, on essaye d'avancer tranquillement hein, côté de Penrith. Ballon pour Jenkins maintenant. Qui récupère sous cette chandelle. Oh, attention, plaquage un peu haut de Sebastian Chris, pas signalé. Allez, Brianto. 15 minutes encore à jouer dans cette première mi-temps. Ouais, Edgard, pourquoi pas. Ouais, elle n'a pas besoin d'eau avec Cleary pour Casey McLean. Casey McLean qui est face à Sanders et c'est Sanders qui remporte son duel. Cleary qui a dû retarder son coup de pied, qui a pas pu taper parce que c'était monté fort. Savage qui rebondit, qui cherche des solutions. Et Six again d'entrée. Sebastian Chris maintenant. Et on essaye d'aller en percussion là côté Riders. Proposer ses solutions.
Corey with just a little shuffle of the feet. Canberra, big line set to the left here. Time for Ethan Strange to enter the game again. Sanders on to Strange. Decides to throw the cut.
Oh, c'est bien fait.
Stewart got past To'o. And Jed has tackled 35 metres out from the Penrith line. 2 left in the set. Canberra liven up again. Hosking takes a straight run.
Allez, Hosking qui avance encore à son tour. Oh là, chandelle, attention. Un peu dévissée cette chandelle de Strange. Kenyowick. Sanders. Ouais, rasant. Qui mènera nulle part avec Edgard. Oh là là, Edgard, attention, il avait pris des risques. On va retrouver Jenkins maintenant qui rebondit, qui avance. On est dans les 10 mètres de Penwith. Déjà un deuxième tenue effectué. Troisième sur les 20.
Ricky Stewart keeping his powder dry as far as changes are concerned. Cleary makes his second. Smith off.
Toujours percussion. Cinquième tenue.
Some great towns represented. Now back to Cleary from inside the
Cleary.
He's got the angle on the kick.
Ah là 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 là, est-ce qu'il y a 40 avant là? Parce que ce coup de pied il est quand même exceptionnel là. Est-ce que c'est une 40 avant ou non? Il va demander challenge. Il va demander challenge. Nathan Cleary parce que l'arbitre de touche ne le voit pas dedans. Et Cleary le voit dedans. Pour un challenge pour un 40 à 20 à 14 minutes de la fin de la première mi-temps, est-ce que c'est judicieux de la part de Nathan Cleary? Moi j'ai pas l'impression. Hein. Ah non, tu vois l'ombre et tout. Ouais, il est pas réussi. C'est une erreur là de Nathan Cleary. Il aurait pas dû prendre un challenge sur ça. Mais ce coup de pied qui passe pas loin hein, d'un 40 à 20. Et là du coup, Penwith vont devoir se débrouiller. Allez, 47 minutes, 57 minutes pardon, en infériorité numérique, n'importe quoi, sans challenge. Et Josh Papali qui va plus tarder à rentrer, on l'a vu sur le banc. Lui il peut apporter sa puissance. 13 minutes avant la fin de cette première mi-temps. Il n'y a que 6 points d'écart.
Having started well, don't feel they want to be 12 down. Papali with it on his first carry. Now for Paddy.
Il va mettre de gagner. Et Sanders toujours ses ogives montées. Brianto vigilant qui va repartir de ses 30 mètres. Avec Paul Alamuti maintenant en percussion hein, en premier attaquant. Nathan Cleary pour Thomas Jenkins. Avancer, gagner ses mètres. C'est important, c'est important. Sorensen. Ouais, la passe en d'audio pour Cleary, c'est bien joué. Cleary qui a essayé de se faire la malle, comme tout à l'heure, mais bien repris par Ethan Strange. Oh, pénalité. Pénalité contre Canberra. C'est dommage, c'est dommage. Et ils vont aller en touche, hein. Ils vont aller en touche Penwith.
This is when Penrith are absolutely lethal. The chance to catch their breath, organise and get their system humming. Oh, I've got a feeling points might be coming this set, Andrew.
Allez, sur les 20 mètres de Canberra. Offensive de Penwith avec Alamuti. Allez, Yeo. Ouais, Cleary, c'est bien joué, attention. Sorensen qui a essayé de se faire la malle. Liam Martin, peut-être pour le triplé, non, bien arrêté. Oh, en avant. Et grosse défense de Canberra. Et ça va leur faire du bien. Un peu trop de précipitation côté Penwith sur cette action. C'est dommage. C'est dommage. Et du coup, on va se retrouver avec une mêlée pour Penwith. Pour Canberra. dans leurs 10 mètres.
Was free from Martin. But a forced offload. And Penrith unable to capitalise.
No, the Red Bull momentum tracker shows momentum Penrith way. Not absolute dominance. It's more the territory game that they're winning at the moment. Slightly less ground being made per set by the Raiders. Oh boy, that's horrible. In front of your post across to Hoskin. Wow, skipped out 4 players with a pass. So,
allez, attention. Ballon pour Canberra là, qui rebondissent.
Weeks has drifted out of the game at the moment. Their sets have just been recovery sets, getting, working their way up for a kick. It's not like they've been in attacking position, and so we haven't seen much of Weeks. Here it is with Mariota. We've got Kaya Weeks down for just the 4 runs in this first half, and only 21 run meters. Back for Sanders. There you go. We go through 5. Weeks doesn't touch it. Ball down to To'o. Out on the fingertips. Penrith with it. We'll be over 20 on play 1.
Oh, attention. Attention, Jenkins. Jenkins qui s'y... Ouh là là, ce plaquage. Oh, Jenkins qui était passé avec un gros plaquage là. Du deuxième ligne de Canberra. Edgar.
Jenkins slicing through on the back of some nice work from the outside backs.
Yo and Cleary and Martin on the edge. Sprightly stuff from Penrith. Lussick, Cleary, dummy to Sorensen. Inside for Yo. He's having a ripping night as Yo here. Plenty of touches. He's also had 21 tackles in this first half. Cobber with the ball. Flicked on by Cleary. On the back.
Allez, c'est bien joué. Oh, Casey McLean. Casey McLean pour Jenkins, magnifique. Magnifique.
Leading try scorer in 2026. Where does it end? He's closer to 30 than 20 now.
Well, it started with a beautiful bit of play deep inside their own half. The outside backs linking up. Jenkins went flying down the left wing. And then moments later, the good old-fashioned bounce pass. You can see there, just tapped on, hits the deck, and Seb Chris coming in, landed in the hands of Casey McLean, positioned himself perfectly and positioned his winger perfectly.
Et ouais, quel essai marqué par Jenkins, ça part d'une relance hein, de leur 10 mètres de mémoire.
And that attracted the attention of Chris. Bit of luck going the way there of the Panthers, but my word, he did a good job, McLean, just to steady himself, execute the pass, and Jenkins' 27th try. Wow, what a season he's having.
Well, last week was the first time this year that he'd only scored a try. When he scored a try, it's always been multiples.
Yeah.
That was the first single try effort of the year for him. So he's got banked one in the first half here. Across his entire career, you know, Michael, with last week, that was only his 12th single. He's got more multiples than singles across his entire career.
There wouldn't be many that could say that.
That's outrageous, really.
Alors.
And Tom Jenkins is the try scorer.
143 metres now for Tom Jenkins in the opening half. He's been outstanding.
You'd back him to kick this one, wouldn't you, Nathan Cleary? Left touchline, he would have had a few from here during the week, as we say.
7 minutes avant la fin. Nathan Cleary en coin. Elle est vraiment pas facile.
Ricky's got his own jet now.
Yeah.
That's the way I've worded that, isn't it? Ricky Airlines. And Cleary's
Oh, Cleary, elle est belle. Oh, qu'est-ce qu'elle est belle. Et 18-6, 12 points d'écart hein, dans cette première mi-temps. Et Canberra, son pied au mur. Son pied du mur là, Canberra. Ils vont devoir faire quelque chose parce que ça devient trop compliqué. Et cette transformation de Nathan Cleary qui est juste splendide.
Yeah, terrific little town as well. Got a bit of a a soft spot for Burrawa. By the way, Cleary, that's 3 in a row from the left touchline, 2 against Parramatta last week. First crack here tonight.
Oh, boy. Papali'i just absolutely
Allez.
leveling Liam Henry.
Oh là là, encore une fois, des gros plaquages là, notamment avec Papali'i. Attention. Oh, attention. Attention là, parce que le demi des Panthers qui s'était un peu faufilé là, Coger. Et la chandelle de Cleary sur le 5e avec KOX.
Yeah, probably just needed another little bit of height there so Martin could contest. Weeks did superbly under pressure to make that take, and boy did he need to. You could see throughout that set the Raiders just starting to fall off a couple of tackles. It has been them at their absolute suffocating best, the Panthers, in this opening half.
Here they are, 3 tackles again. They're inside their 20. There's all moving, push and shove. Xavier's been told to play it. He may be the one penalised.
Et Savage qui se prend un peu de chou. C'est un peu compliqué là. Oh là là, ce gros plaquage énorme. Les pénalités. Parce que ce plaquage il était beau quand même hein. Il est arrivé, il l'a soulevé. Ouais mais il fait parce qu'il le lâche un peu dans les airs. Donc et Liam sur le rapport pour ce plaquage jugé dangereux. Et ballon perdu, attention, rien ne va pour Canberra dans cette fin de première mi-temps. Sorensen, Papali'i qui écarte sur Kazay McLean.
Put a couple of the Raiders in the vice, haven't they? They just held up Matt Timoko here. This is off the tap. Look at the strength they show to hold him up. Paul Alamotti it is that holds him up and starts wheelbarrowing backwards. And he tried to offload in the congestion. No good.
So across with Cleary. Back for Cogger. He's got it quickly on to Papali'i.
Oh Papali'i, attention, il est passé Papali'i. Ou attention, il va rechercher du soutien avec Cleary. Cleary qui va écarter, non, Cleary qui porte, Cleary qui feinte la croisée avec Liam Martin, qui retrouve Alamotti. Quelle action proposée par Penwith. Peut-être au large, ça va jouer avec Coger, la petite passe au pied de Coger, avec Jenkins qui s'impose. Le voilà l'essai. Quel essai et quelle intelligence de Coger qui tente une passe au pied millimétrée. Aïe 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 aïe, c'est dur pour les Raiders de Canberra. Ils sont en train de subir la foudre des Panthers. C'est très bien joué. Ah, Coger, le ballon est parfaitement déposé dans les... Oh là là, et Savage qui a tout foiré là. Très mauvaise défense.
Captured by the Fox League cameras. Yeah, look at them. It's ridiculous, but it is history making. It's now the equal most multiples by a player in a season for Tom Jenkins. Ray Preston, Newtown Jets, 1954. Alex Johnston, 10 of them in 2021. But Tom Jenkins, who just a few years ago could only manage a handful of games playing for the Newcastle Knights.
12e essai cette saison pour Jenkins qui est au même niveau que le record actuellement. Et la saison est encore loin d'être finie. Un record qui va être sans doute battu par Thomas Jenkins cette saison. Ça passe pour Nathan Cleary. Qu'est-ce que vous voulez faire? Qu'est-ce que vous voulez faire? Tout passe, tout se transforme. Et par contre les... Oh là 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 là. 28 essais et 12 doublés en une saison, c'est énorme. C'est énorme ce qu'il est en train de faire Thomas Jenkins. Énorme, énorme. Juste avant en plus la Coupe du Monde qui arrive en octobre. En octobre 2026 de mémoire. C'est de bon augure pour l'Australie, qui sont bien sûr largement favoris. Allez, ici à Yeo. Ouais, super ce ballon. Oh, mais qu'est-ce qu'il fait? Qu'est-ce qu'il fait, K-Rix? Oh, l'en avant débile. Ouh, l'en avant, à 1 minute de la fin de cette première mi-temps. Et 24-6, ça c'est une erreur qu'il ne faut surtout pas commettre, il l'a commise.
So they've raced to the scrum here, Penrith, with 1 minute and 17 on the clock.
Oh là, s'ils prennent Isaiah Papali sur le rapport côté Penrith, il a dû avoir un choc dangereux. Cleary avec Liam Henry maintenant, bien repris. Yeo, Cleary qui retarde la passe, et Edgard qui va mettre son essai, qui remplace Diane Edwards, et il met un magnifique essai. Et le petit jeune félicité par les plus anciens, par Cleary, par Yeo, par Jenkins. Ah, cette passe dans le dos magnifique. Oh, qu'est-ce que c'est bien lu, qu'est-ce que c'est bien lu de la part de Cleary. Passe dans le dos, il retarde. Quel essai marqué par Edgard.
As a kid, Vossi, I grew up loving cliff lines, and there was times where Matthew Ridge and Shannon Nevin and Steve Menzies, these blokes, they went through untouched, and you just think, how did that happen? And just watching Nathan there, like he is so far ahead of that edge defence. He knows exactly the look that he wants, so he holds the pass up to perfection. That is genius stuff from Cleary.
Nathan Cleary, pour transformer cet essai, est à 30-6 à la mi-temps. Vous vous rendez compte, 30-6, 24 points d'écart. Le match est, je pense, déjà plié. On ne verra pas les Raiders revenir. Normalement, Cleary, ça devrait peut-être passer. Elle n'est pas simple non plus, hein. Mais Cleary en a réussi les plus compliqués. Et il est propre, Nathan Cleary. Et ça passe. Et voilà, à la mi-temps, Penrith mène 30-6. Et moi, je reviens tout de suite. Je vais me chercher quelque chose à grignoter et à boire. Et je reviens pour la deuxième mi-temps. A tout de suite.
Let's go on ground with Eloise Sawyer.
Yeah, thanks very much. Nathan Cleary alongside me. Nathan, you sent Jackson Edgar over there. How nice is that for him?
Yeah, really nice for him. I thought he started this game amazingly and can't wait to see what he does for the second half. Good to get him a try, but yeah, he's just in the game and really enjoying it.
Did it feel like you really started to click, particularly in that last 10?
Yeah, it did, but I thought that was built off our defence and building that foundation, which probably missed the last couple of weeks. So, yeah, I want to do that again to start the second half and see where it takes us.
Good luck in the second.
Thank you. Cheers.
Well, Nathan Cleary's certainly enjoying his time in Mudgee. He is waving that ball around like a magic wand tonight. He is our Musashi power player of the first half.
Yeah, it's a pretty impressive performance. He's almost surgeon-like the way he goes about executing the game plan. Notices a spot or a weakness in terms of the video review in preparation for the game and just takes to the task, just executes it beautifully. Look at that, try assist, line break assist, running the football. He has it on a string at the moment, Jared.
Yeah, he's been so influential. Obviously, he's got some targets out wide in Milky Jenkins there, but he's got everything on a bit of a string at the moment, and he's playing some great footy.
Yeah, doubles in the first half to Jenkins and Martin. The Panthers are up 30 points to 6. All right, still to come on our Super Saturday, it is the Broncos and the Knigths. Newcastle star Kalyn Ponga joins us on the Bundy mic. Welcome back, Skipper. It's great to see you back for Newcastle and for such a big game. How are you feeling ahead of a really critical run to the finals?
Yeah, thank you. It's nice. I only got to miss a week, which is good. It's obviously the pointy end of the season. Every win counts, and especially for us, obviously we want to stay in the 8 and make a push for the 4. So, yeah, no, we know what sort of challenge we've got ahead of us tonight. It's a big one, but it's a good one, and yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, g'day, Kalyn. It's Jared here. All the best tonight. Dylan Brown out for the season. Does that change the way you guys attack?
Yeah, obviously a massive loss. Quality player, you can't really replace that, if you know what I mean. On both sides of the footy, he's been so good for us all year. But the next man up mentality, I think we've been good at that throughout the year. I think that's why we're in the position we're in. Sando comes into the team, he's got plenty of footy in him. Yeah, we trust him, we know what he's going to bring to the footy side. So, look, we'll still play our brand of footy, move the ball and try and win field position that way. But you can't replace Dylan Brown. We all know that, yeah.
Hey, Kalyn, it's Cooper. Good luck tonight. Obviously, the matchup between Reece Walsh, your Queensland Origin teammate, how much work is done into stopping him tonight, and are you looking forward to the contest?
Definitely looking forward to the contest. Yeah, obviously heaps of work. Well, like we all know what he's like, how exciting, dangerous he is. Yeah, it's definitely, we've definitely got a job in our hands, stopping him with the footy. Yeah, he's probably like, he's their main threat, so we definitely have to do a job on him.
Well, Kalyn, really appreciate you joining us. It's going to be a great night in Brisbane.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Kalyn Ponga there. Of course, that game's still to come. Up next, all the action from Mudgee. Penrith are up by 24 points. You're watching Super Saturday.
Some people say there's more to life than drinks. I guess they haven't tried these ones. The delicious new range at McCafe. There's a drink for that. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
And there's nothing better than being part of the team, Ed.
Except saving $532. Let's go. Like real Yui customer Sonia did.
Yes, Ed, I saved $532 by switching my car insurance to Yui.
But that put a wag in your tail?
Yes, I'm very fortunate.
You mean you're fortunate? Oh, he digs you.
Now he digs us.
Shop around. Try Yui.
Yui, you insured.
Oh, we're going to be so late.
No, I know a shortcut.
Don't worry, we will aim to.
Tough feels better in an Amarok.
Volkswagen.
Out here, you get time to think about life's big questions, like where do all the flies come from? Do trains of thought have a destination? And another thing, how does an engine keep going out here? Well, that was an easy one.
With Whoop, understand your strain, sleep, and recovery, and see how your daily habits connect to how you feel. With real-time insights, personalized guidance, 14-day battery life, and routines built around what works for you, you can make informed choices that support your well-being and add more life to your years. Join Whoop.
One's at the ready.
Swish and flick.
Stupefy.
Expecto Patronum.
Harry Potter, the full cast audio editions. Listen on Audible.
Go Harvey Norman, your destination for outdoor living with these hot deals. Transform your backyard for under $4,000 with the Shade-style 4x3 metre gazebo featuring an adjustable louvered roof. Entertain in style with the Shade-style Barbecue Deluxe gazebo for under $3,000. Cook pizzas, roast, bake, smoke and more with the Ninja Woodfire outdoor oven. Hot deal under $500. Built to last, the Gasmate Quasar 6-burner barbecue only $699. More hot deals for outdoor living in-store and online now. Best prices at Harvey Norman.
We know this isn't always the call you want to make.
Hi, my car's been hit.
We'll take care of the car. But first, are you okay?
I'm okay.
没关系，我们团队明天一早就派人去你那里。
I'm so sorry to hear about your home. Let's find you somewhere to stay while your roof gets fixed.
But if you do need to call, you'll talk to people like us. Is Allianz worth it? I reckon. Hi, this is James, Claims Manager at Allianz.
Ah, Allianz.
Hungry Jack's fried chicken keeps getting better. Bigger, crispier, juicier. 100% Aussie chicken breast. Now with Napolitana sauce and bacon. Get the new Napolitana Jack's fried chicken burger. The burgers are better at Hungry Jack's.
Tried every allergy trick in the book? What are you waiting for? Grab Zyrtec for fast-acting 24-hour hay fever relief. Seize the day with Zyrtec. No hay fever tablet works faster.
Well, welcome back to your Super Saturday. The Golden West is absolutely loving it. They are packed out and watching the Panthers punishing the Raiders with their season on the line. 30-6, the halftime score. Our halftime highlights are brought to you by Yui. Jared, Ricky demanded a fast start. He got one through Timoko, but that was basically where the Canberra Raiders finished because Panthers just took complete control on the scoreboard.
Yeah, that's exactly it. They got off to a really fast start here, but then it was the Panthers to strike back. Nathan Cleary, brilliant sliding through with a show and go, a drawn pass to Liam Martin. And he actually scored a double here. A guy that's in such great form. You get out here, such a team with Alamotti here missing the controversial, but Liam Martin bagging a scrap there and getting his second try.
It was 5 straight tries to the Penrith Panthers, 2 for Martin on the right, 2 from Jenkins back-to-back on the left. That just tells me that Nathan Cleary is choosing which side of the field, and he's got strike power either side. The defensive parts of the Raiders at different stages has been their poor decision-making and not being able to stop the play the ball speed. Jenkins with the aerial threat here. Beautiful kick from Nathan Cleary again. And just before half-time, caught Stewart out of position. Nathan Cleary dives in the line. Edgar scores a try. And it's one-way traffic. What was hopeful for the Raiders in the season on life support, it's gone in 40 minutes.
Yeah, Jenkins with a first half double, 28 tries for the season, leading the NRL and counting. These are our Amarok super stats. The Raiders have had almost no territory. You can see the stats all one-sided in favour of the Panthers. How did Canberra get back into this? They obviously need to be the first to score, but, geez, they're just hanging on by a fingernail.
Well, Coops just nailed it. When a guy like Nathan Cleary is on and waving it around like a magician, it is pretty damn hard to stop them. So they need to score first in the second half, but I do think it's going to be a hell of a task.
I think Ricky Stewart needs to make it a scrap, like give away some penalties, make it a bit of an annoying game. Maybe that gives them a bit of an opportunity, because if this ball is in play for long periods of time, we've already seen what the Roosters have done. This scoreboard could get out of hand.
Well, it is 30-6, and the Canberra Raiders, they are going to need a miracle in this second 40 minutes to save their season, and Ricky Stewart knows it. You're watching Super Saturday.
Is anyone home? Order for Jessie?
Did you get my McFlurry?
Yeah.
My cheeseburger?
Yeah.
My McNuggets?
Get Macca's delivered for a 99-cent delivery fee.
My sweet and sour sauce?
Yep.
My napkins?
Yes.
Well played, G.
Tick off your morning to-do list at BP. Whatever you need to get your day off to a great start, turn into BP, and it's tick, 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 done.
Go Harvey Norman, your destination for outdoor living with these hot deals. Transform your backyard for under $4,000 with the Shade Style 4x3 metre gazebo featuring an adjustable louvered roof. Entertain in style with the Shade Style Barbecue Deluxe gazebo for under $3,000. Cook pizzas, roast, bake, smoke and more with the Ninja Woodfire outdoor oven. Hot deal under $500. Built to last, the Gasmate Quasar 6-burner barbecue only $699. More hot deals for outdoor living in-store and online now. Best prices at Harvey Norman.
To be a pet parent is to be human. Sometimes we feel guilty, even when it's for their own good. It's not always a walk in the park. That's why more and more pet people rely on Hills, with scientifically proven formulas to give more love than humanly possible. Because you're only human, there's Hills. Science does more.
Nothing compares.
Why should your workday start like everyone else's? If you use your hands, keep this firing, this moving, this flying. If you travel for work, travel undetected. And visit places you can't find with the hashtag. Because this is more than just a job. This is an ADF career. Make your impact.
This time of night, everyone jumps online. See, here at Aussie Broadband, some come for a good feed.
Like that.
Networking.
John, you're on mute.
Comment and subscribe. Or, of course, quality family time. And as your local internet, we plan for all of it. Purpose-built to react to your neighbourhood when it gets busy, and make sure that there's always enough speed on tap for everyone. Aussie Broadband, the actual Aussie way.
Want science-backed health support? Ask about Swiss Ultivite Women's 50-plus multivitamin, $42.99 from Chemist Warehouse. It supports energy production, reduces free radicals in the body and supports healthy hair, skin and nails. Live, look, feel well at Chemist Warehouse.
Hungry Jack's fried chicken keeps getting better. Bigger, crispier, juicier. 100% Aussie chicken breast. Now with Napolitana sauce and bacon. Get the new Napolitana Jack's fried chicken burger. The burgers are better at Hungry Jack's.
1 in 20 kids face a birth defect or genetic disease head-on. Mine's cancer. Cystic fibrosis. But I'm not sad. I'm scared. And though my disease can steal my energy, my life, I will fight it every day. Because I know you're on my side. Fight with me. Fight for me. Please give your donation at genesforgenes.org.au.
Oh, fair dinkum. Where's Matt Nable when you need him? Like, he needs to voice over that. And what about these guys, the Dagwood Dogs? Oh, special place. We're in Mudgee here, Super Saturday night. Second half underway, 24 points is the margin. That's good for Penrith. It's bad news for the Raiders. They've got one mountain to climb here in the second half. Penrith, though, very impressive, playing like the competition lead suggests they are up to. The Red Bull try predictor has Penrith staying on a roll in this second half. We will hear from Eloise Sawyer what the coaches had to say, but and there's the early error. Well, that helps.
I reckon he's just making the tackles out.
You know Ricky Stewart well. What would it have been? What's the key that he would do? What's his attitude at a scoreline like this?
Well, I think he would have been really disappointed after the start that they had.
their inability to push and support and get out of their own end. I think we'll see a real resurgence with their aggression to carry the footy. But he would have put it back on them. He would have challenged them individually to really go after this second half. And I think we'll see them attack this left-hand side of Penrith a little bit.
Well, they haven't had quality ball like this for quite some time. Starting a set so close to the Penrith line. So field position is theirs early. Sanders to Strange. And there's that step. Left Cleary on the deck. Almost broke his ankles. What Ethan Strange can do when he cuts back off the left. Owen Paddy, Sanders, Horsburgh. There's that big Corey Fend. And then takes them with him. The Raiders now have lines set to the right. And Paddy, and they go straight runner. Mariota with it. In front of the posts. Tackle number 4. Paddy, here's a call from the right. Scrambles back to the left, and it becomes a nothing play for the Raiders. So they have to get set for a kick on the last. Mariota as a dummy half. Sanders, left foot bomb, right to the corner. Savage up, Savage lost it. And Penrith have got it back. Bring it out. Oh, we had a decent piece of that.
Yeah, it was a beautifully executed kick there from Ethan Sanders. And timed it beautifully. Snuck on the inside there of Jenkins. Arms at full stretch, but he went the bat back. I thought he could have actually had a crack to come down with that, Savage. Just seeing during that set again, Andrew, it's been a theme tonight where at critical moments with their attack, both in yardage
et hop, ça fait 3 minutes que ça a repris. J'ai oublié de réactiver mon micro, je parle dans le vide depuis 5 minutes. Voilà, pour tout le monde du coup. Et j'ai oublié de retirer aussi ça, je viens d'y penser. Alors pour l'instant, il y a 30-6. Hein. Le match, il est à sens unique. Avec Isaio qui va aller percuter la défense de Canberra. Chandelle de Nathan Cleary dans les bras de Jet Stewart. Qu'est-ce qu'on va proposer côté côté Penrith? On attend toujours. Canberra par contre qui n'avance pas hein, sur les impacts ou très peu.
He's got to find ways to get himself into the game. He's too important to them. Here he is now.
There's a Strange.
There you go.
Yeah, oh, there it goes. Again, left foot. Takes him across field. Beats a tackle. Oh, gets surrounded by 5. And they fenced him in. Back away for Sanders. Left foot kick from a long way out. But there's enough hang time there. Edgar had Nicholson bearing down on him. So Edgar gets the job done. Try scorer from the first half. Penrith back with the ball and they negotiate the first 4 minutes of the second half.
On est toujours dans le camp de Penrith avec Brian To'o qu'on n'a pas beaucoup vu à l'œuvre aujourd'hui en tout cas. Fait ce qu'il peut.
2 tries in the first half. Cleary 5 goals from 5 attempts. Penrith on top. Lussick here for Martin who had a double early as well. And Penrith back to just, it's almost like back to square one to start the second half. They're not worried about the scoreboard.
Attention.
Taken down by Paddy after kicking.
Kiwix.
Referee G fine with it. They got in a bit of a tangle, Paddy and Cleary. Raiders with the ball outside their 20. We were reminded at half-time, Troy Grant got in touch, Michael, and reminded both of us that the last City Country game was played here at Glen Willow.
Allez, on est déjà au deuxième tenue. On a reculé sur les 20 mètres. Ça gagne pas trop de mètres à côté Canberra.
Played a game for $1 million. Name one of the City try scorers. Yeah. Oh, wow. James Tarmo, Bryce Cartwright, David Gower.
Yeah.
Needless to say, the money's in the suitcase still. Sanders, left foot kick, high one. Here, underneath it is To'o. So, Canberra going set by set with Penrith.
Defensively, they've been superb in the opening 40-odd minutes, Penrith. They really have been.
Allez, ballon pour... Oh là là là, la Mochi qui s'est pris un gros coup de tampon là.
Particularly their yardage defense. Canberra just cannot get forward. Saw Savage in that previous set. He was dragged backwards again. Edgar now out of dummy half. He's been excellent, the young fullback.
That's very much a Dylan Edwards-like run, which is the highest praise you could give him there. In the second week. Now Yo, Cleary on to Martin. It's like calling the old firm. It's Yo to Cleary to Martin. 4-time grand final winners, each of them. Lussick here, Cleary controlling it. And this bomb from 45 metres out. This is how they started the first half. They don't kick to challenge. They kick to make Canberra work.
Yeah, look at this stuff.
Alors.
Just drag Weeks back a couple of metres and pin him inside the 20-metre zone again. I cannot remember when Canberra...
On est sur les 20 mètres hein, encore de Canberra. On n'arrive pas à sortir de son camp. Très très compliqué hein, pour Canberra. Ils ont vraiment du mal à trouver des solutions. Il va falloir faire quelque chose, hein. Ça va pas durer éternellement. S'ils continuent à être comme ça.
Back to the 40, 5 tackles up. Not a big gain again from Canberra. Penrith, it's very much September-like defence they've produced here. Toto with it, wasn't a long kick. Long pass it was for Edgar. Across he goes with a skip. Edgar.
Oh là là, Edgar refoulé là, c'est bien joué cette défense de Canberra. Grosse défense et pénalité par contre contre Canberra pour un plaquage dangereux apparemment.
Too many here, and Chris just ducks late, wrapping motion, and then, oh boy, the weight of Josh Papali over the top too.
Yeah, but the penalty said you've come down near his head, or in his head there, and there's a pat on the head.
Twice tonight we've had that call from Adam G, where
stay on, guys, stay on.
The attacker's actually landed in a safe position, but I've said that the defender then comes.
Allez, Sébastien Coues qui est sur le rapport. Et on va aller s'éloigner de la zone dangereuse pour Penrith sans trop d'efforts avec cette pénale touche chez Papali qui commence cette série de tenues avec une charge dans la défense. Et juste après, Rhys Walsh face à Kalimpunga. Staggs face à... j'ai plus le nom de l'autre centre, je crois que c'est Gagai. Gagai qui va revenir... Ah, Jackson Edgard. Protocole commotion. Mais ouais, je disais que Tony Staggs et Gagai qui vont être... l'année prochaine, la perte de centre des Broncos avec le départ de Chip Basaki à Perth.
So, what about fullback here? What will they do on the reshuffle? Looks like is Casey McLean going to fullback, or is Tonga going to actually play fullback?
Tom Jenkins will go to fullback.
Category 2 straight away for Edgar, so 15 minutes off the field.
À la Mochi.
And Penrith remain on the attack. 19 metres away from the Raiders line. Canberra still need... Well, they had the Mudgee miracle.
Ah, c'est bien fait. Avec Nathan Cleary.
Something like that. Trying to turn this around. Last tackle for the Panthers. It comes up.
Allez, Yeo dans le dos ouais, pour Koger. Oh, attention, c'est bien défendu. Heureusement. Et cinquième tenue effectuée.
Did it look like kicking? Yeah, it was a meek end at the set. It looked like they were trying to run the footy, and the outside man, Liam Martin, and that right edge just simply missed their assignments. He had no one to play to, Jack Coggle, by the time he received the footy. Raiders just, I think they need to throw a little bit of caution to the wind. Just going one out there, just getting numbers to the tackle, Penrith. I think they need to open up the field and move the ball to their real strike weapons in Strange and Kyo Weeks out.
Non, attends, excusez-moi, il y a un truc qui est en train de se faire.
Penrith line speed there, attacking. It's Papali'i past it, advancing Lussick. But again, they're 4 tackles into the set and they're still inside their own half. No good ball areas. And it goes to Timicor. And a good tackle. Alamotti had him. Wasn't able to stop him completely. Away for Sanders, now for Horsburgh. The hit and spin from Corey. Last tackle, Raiders. Might need another spiral bomb from Sanders. He gives us the conventional kick. Jenkins at fullback with a catch. And Jenkins will run it up. So To'o on the right alongside of Alamotti and Tungo outside of McLean on the left. So a Penrith stack up here. And 10.5 minutes gone, second half. No change to the score. That's another thing. Canberra having found 3 wins in a row coming into this, they just can't afford to lose big. Big boost to their for and against the last few weeks as well. It is shaping as a year that maybe points differential will be the difference between being inside the 8 and out.
Mais ils avancent, hein. Ils avancent Penrith. C'est assez phénoménal à voir.
Throws it out long. Tungo's first involvement, a kick. Fielded by Weeks. Weeks with it. Beat 2. Then fends over it. Oh! He beat 3. And then Casey McLean took a sledgehammer to his ribs. Well, that was going from the penthouse to the house very quickly.
Have a look at this. He just ducks, weaves, twists, gets through a number of them. Looked like there might have been another little miracle coming.
Et pour l'instant, le match est un peu endormi depuis quelques minutes. On n'a pas grand-chose à se mettre sous la dent. Pas vraiment d'action intéressante.
Raiders still same predicament. 24 points to try and erase here.
C'est compliqué.
Just need 1 to get started. They are the look, without giving false hope, they are the sort of side they get 1, then they get 2. Gee, they're going to have to come up with something here. It's across to Weeks. Can anyone kick? It's the last tackle. It's back to Hoskin. Well, this could be a miracle.
Là, c'est bien joué. Là, c'est bien joué. Timako qui va retrouver Sanders. Oh là là, en avant. Quel dommage. C'était pas Sanders, c'était Quench, pardon. Ah, quelle erreur. Quel dommage. Timoko qui avait accéléré. Il y avait Jess Stewart qui avait demandé la croisée. Ah, c'est dommage.
And again, Penrith now attack 2 already over the halfway on the Raiders, just cannot get any field position down attacking the line of the Panthers at all. Stunning.
On the run here. The great man Greg Inglis will join the studio panel as well after this one. Knights and Broncos tonight from Brisbane. As I say, Ponga v Walsh, that's enough to make you watch. The 2 superstar fullbacks, Yo here and finding Henry. They only just got 1 leg. That was Nicholson. Last tackle. Penrith short side. Cocker's having a night out. Through the pass. Around the
quelle défense là. Mais on les sent déborder, hein, Canberra, de toute façon.
5 minutes out from their own line. This is very much
compliqué, hein.
staying on the edge of the cliff, the Raiders.
Regarde le match.
Seb Chris in a little bit of trouble in back play. Seb Chris clutching it. Have a look at this. It was a great read there from Savage, and it had to be. But it was a savage collision.
Yeah, he's in great stride, isn't he? Way over in the corner.
Yeah.
Sebastian Chris with the trainer. Not sure what to make of that. You keep an eye on that one, Michael. So they've activated the Dane Laurie card.
Dane Laurie last tackle. Trainer's put his arm up.
No, he's saying thumbs up.
Yeah, thumbs up. No,
yeah.
His arms up, thumbs up.
He was signalling to the bench that the thumbs up.
Your hand up, so he's got to go.
Oh no, this is an absolute miscommunication. The officials are taking the arm up as you have to go off the field.
Okay, righto.
Okay, so we've cleared that up. I'm glad common sense takes place there. It's a long way away. We'll play on. No drama, nothing to see there. Sanders floating through the mudgy sky. Down to Jenkins. Back he comes to the 40-metre line. Penrith won't be coming here next year, by the way. We'll see what other club picks up on a trip to Mudgee during the NRL season. I'll say to all fans, not just of the clubs that are involved, it's a pretty good weekend to get away in the wineries. It's a fantastic region. drive through the mountains, stop up in Blackheath and find yourself a good pie. Michael is now Cleary, goes on to Jenkins, out to Alamotti.
I saw your car at Red Rooster. Don't start and toss that out.
Now Martin on the spin. And then Lussick, Cleary, bomb, 30 metres out. Now that may be late. Horsburgh got in. Will it be a penalty? It bounces sideways and over the sideline.
No, it's not late to tackle.
There you go. It's a tackle not late from Corey Horsburgh on Nathan Cleary.
Yeah, he worked hard, Big Red, from the inside and just got Nathan Cleary and managed him to the ground. Nothing vicious in that. Well handled from the referee, Adam G. That was fine.
I'll wrap Nathan too. No blowing up from Nathan. There's no play acting. Just a bit of footy there. So Canberra with the ball at 30 points to 6, 25 to go. Crowd sort of just waiting for something to happen here. That look forward. Paul Alamotti blows up a tree. So does Lussick. Now we'll look at the sideline official.
Can't highlight it enough, the amount of numbers that they're getting in the tackle. Look at this, there's 4 again now piling in. The Raiders just can't go one out anymore. Penrith are all over it.
Strange.
There we go.
Sanders, Weeks, and a quick ball. Chris, not on, was it? Savage, no play on the call. Savage is headed back. Almost back to the city. And we'll play it on the 30-metre line. Raiders will have to start over again.
Right, good one there from Laurie.
So they need his liveliness. Sanders, time to kick, but it's not one of those attacking spirals. Jenkins with the ball for Penrith to bring it back now. Panthers over their 20-metre line. Canberra just can't make it happen.
It was great movement out to that right-hand side. They just couldn't execute the pass to Savage. He had space on the outside. But they just need to throw a little caution to the Raiders. They've got individuals that can do things, that can do special things.
Yeah, backing that up, Michael, the missed tackle count. Now this is a Penrith side that's winning the line breaks 5-1. There you go. Canberra are busting tackles. Penrith have missed more tackles.
Oh là là, c'est bien fait, Sorensen.
Going through.
Oh là là, attention. Faut pas qu'il s'écroule maintenant.
It's time to change of direction.
Oh là, quel essai. Quel essai. Le match est fini, depuis un bon 40 minutes.
Cleary went from plan A to
Le
plan
match est
B,
fini.
and they still score.
Well, Isaiah, again, he's been absolutely superb tonight. Lovely short ball, attracted Hosking. And Sorensen went into the backfield. It was a nice tackle from Weeks, and then out of dummy half, Lussick finds Cleary on the last, recognised the play shut down, and comes back on the inside. Weeks had worked hard. He bumps off the tackle on the inside of Dane Laurie. Mal Meninga, you've got yourself a hell of a player. This boy is a ripper. Going to Perth next year. He's on young legs. He's aggressive. He's hungry. And he's been terrific for Penrith this year.
The one-time Blaney Bear will become a Perth Bear next year. I'll tell you a little trivia fact about Liam Henry. His first full year at the club, remember that thing called COVID?
Yeah.
That year he played only one game. Like he comes down, this is the biggest thing of my life and all of that. And then COVID sets in, and with restrictions, he ends up only playing one game the whole first year that he's part of the big show.
Yeah, I love what he brings. When you come on as an interchange player, you change the language from interchange to impact. You want your players to make an impact. And every time Liam Henry comes onto the field, there's an impact in a positive way. Positive contributions for Penrith. And Nathan Cleary here about to add the extras.
Henry has scored back-to-back weeks. Try scorer against the Eels last week. Now against the Raiders, and the scoreline is ugly as far as just want to give it a hug now. I know you're not going to believe me, but they're saying that's 100% accurate. Exactly 10,000 people.
Well, yeah, the 10,000 at first. He's still out there. He's not allowed in.
No.
He's not allowed in.
He's out.
He didn't have enough to buy his dad with dogs, so they said, you need to wait. You stay outside.
So, a 10,000 crowd, exactly. They're saying it's not a G-up. Kenny Sutcliffe has signed off on it. There will be no recount. There'll be no recount on the seat of Mudgee. 10,000 is the tally. 36 points to 6. And there is the try scorer, Henry. Penrith, a boost of 30 to their points differential. That's now over plus 300. Eloise sideline.
Jackson Edgar has passed his HIA. He'll be back in the contest in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, well, they're going to keep Eloise busy here. Dane Laurie's coming from the field now. He was the one that was bumped off from Henry.
Tant mieux.
When they scored the try.
Pour cette équipe de Penrith qui sont en train de faire un match plus que complet, alors que Dane Laurie, protocole commotion.
Something in there that they need to check.
Rien ne va chez Canberra aujourd'hui.
Tom Starling out there for the first time tonight. Well, you know that there'll be some impact. We just spoke about that. He brings it.
It's just that the margin now is 30.
Très compliqué.
He still kept them in the picture. Category 2, by the way, for Dane Laurie. There it was, falling off the tackle. And it is, the independent doctor always looks at how long you remain on the ground for, and Laurie did. And Laurie now off. Moses Leota with that run had a big first stint.
He did, yeah. This man's been huge too tonight, Liam Martin. A couple of tries in the first half, but look at that, just like a bowling, like pins just going everywhere.
Well, it's certainly done him no harm missing a bit of footy early in the season, hasn't Liam Martin, this time of the year. It is only his 11th match for the season. Back it goes for Cleary from outside the 40. Cleary at times brilliant. The rest of it is just total control. That's his game tonight.
Tell you what, fascinating, Vossi. If we had the vision of the warm-up, so the Raiders warming up down this end of the field, Mitch Kenny, Dylan Edwards, like this is how detailed Penrith are. Stood on the halfway line, almost stalking and intimidating the Raiders players, but just watching everything that the Raiders did in their warm-up. I don't know whether they take that back to the players, but it was fascinating. Normally you see injured players with their team. Right, but they just stalked their prey. It was phenomenal.
Spiker, Michael, by the sounds of that, but that's a very interesting observation. That is highly unusual.
Alors, est-ce que Canberra va pouvoir réagir?
Raiders with Tarpany outside the 40.
Plus grand monde y croit, j'ai l'impression.
Here on a chilly night now. Now waiting for this team to kick over, but Penrith not giving them an opportunity.
He just needs to play their horse, bro. They need points. And their back line ready, set to go. Here's Paddy out of dummy half. Set to restart. Here we go.
Offside. You got Henry there. So full set, 21 metres out from the line. From Starling to Sanders and then Nicholson. He will be called to play it. 11 metres away. Final quarter of the game underway. Patty to Horsburgh. I think he threw a forward dummy, wasn't it? He threw it forward. And not fallen for, surprisingly, by the defence. Panthers under pressure. Sanders floated it across to Stewart. But Tottle just played it cool and played the man. Strange for Sanders. For Starling. Oh, he turned his back on them and decided not to pull the trigger. Last tackle. Is it a kick for Savage or one for Strange? It's Sanders, dabs it through. Jenkins playing fullback. Jenkins with the ball and is held up in goal. It's not a certain result. It's not a guaranteed repeat set.
Well, the Raiders playmakers need to get together here. They've had enough time to feel what the Panthers are doing defensively. And they need to fight fire with fire here. They need to pull the trigger and play a little bit of footy, the Raiders. Start playing a little bit of wide footy. Open up the field and start moving the ball to those strike weapons on their edges.
The low kick from Nathan often gets them. He put one out to the corner there. Oh, Horsburgh. There's a little juggle trick there.
C'est triste, hein. C'est triste comme match.
30 points the margin.
Ça va que dans un sens.
With it.
T'as pas grand monde en face.
Away from the line. Where is Ethan Strange? Where is Kyo Weeks? This is Weeks on the Chris. Did they get something left for Strange? Let's soon go one-on-one with the Panthers defence. Starling to Sanders to Strange on the outside. Holds it up there. Now back in field, Timmickle going cross-country. Wasn't sure if he was going to incur an obstruction penalty there, so takes the tackle. 4 up Raiders. With it is Starling. There for Sanders. Knocked down by Penrith. That was by Cogger.
Off Chuck.
Canberra can go again.
Interesting, just while all that's unfolding, Andrew, Casey McLean coming from the field for Penrith. So no doubt Eloise will be all over that. The injury, or the reason that Casey McLean's come from the field. And touch there from Cogger, coming in to make the tackle there on Sanders. Gee, I'd just love to see them get Kyo Weeks on the edge with his speed, one-on-one with Cleary or with Cogger.
10th attacking set for the Raiders. Don't tell me they've knocked it on at the scrum. No, no. Ricky's head will explode.
Qu'est-ce qui se passe? Rien ne va. Rien ne va chez Canberra. Ils sont en train de s'écrouler de plus en plus. Et en avant. En avant, il joue. Précipitation.
We are beating ourselves. That's the perfect picture. That one.
You just, you know. Scrums are so not a contest, and you make a mistake reaching into the scrum to pick up the ball. Oh, that's a horrible moment.
Yeah, forcément.
So Penrith with it.
Le coach de Canberra perd un peu ses cheveux là de ce qu'il a vu aujourd'hui.
Warriors Panthers.
And Warriors putting the foot down this afternoon. So
c'est vraiment un sens unique.
Ripper. Teams 1 and 3 on the ladder as it stands. There's the Panthers run home. Some big ones there.
He's done a great job with his ball playing tonight, Isaiah.
Now Cleary, tough job if you stop the game now to award the Dally M points tonight. Lussick here for Cogger. With a bomb from 31 metres out. It is Jen Stewart's ball and he got it up high on the shoulder.
Alors, et en plus il y a faute. Et en plus il y a faute. Ah là 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 là, il n'y a rien qui va. Il n'y arrive pas aujourd'hui les joueurs de Canberra. Ouais, obstruction. Ouais, Timoko, vraiment pas judicieux d'avoir fait ça. À ce moment-là du match, dans cette situation-là.
All right. Well, Penrith, they've been superb in this field position. Here's Liotta.
So, with it 5 metres away from the line, is it Yo? Is it Cleary? That put the finishing touches on this set. Liam Martin in the running for a handball. He's 1 metre away from the line. Now we've got a penalty.
Yeah, on the back of the head.
Oh, and he's pointing at him. All right, can they get Bizza? Can they get him his 100th try? The family's here. Good game 150.
Not much coming his way.
Oh là 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 là, la réponse sur ce gros plaquage. Liam Martin il se moquait, il s'est pris un gros tampon, ça va le calmer. Même si le match est plié, oh là là en avant. Et regarde.
So Liam Martin got up. Let's retell the story. Got up. He gives him a point for that. Okay, so that's foreplay. And then Liam Martin follows it up with some of his own.
Oh là là là.
And
allez, recule. Recule, Liam Martin.
That's a great shot from Hosky. Don't think Martin won't forget that.
No. It's game on here in that regard. At 36 points to 6. Now we've got another penalty. This is very stop-start. Eloise sideline.
Yeah, I spoke with the Penrith bench. No concern for Casey McLean. He's been given an early spell. They just wanted to get some minutes into Isaac Tunglo.
Yep.
Fair enough. Now, I will ask you, just while I got a little hold in play, assessment of Jack Cogger at this point, Michael.
Excellent.
Yeah, made the change. Do you think this is the way they go for the next month after this?
Well, they clearly needed to tidy up defensively, and there's been no tries through the left edge. None at all tonight. Last week was disastrous for them, so that's a tick in itself. I think he's had some great moments with the footy too. He's been very good, Cogger.
Okay, so now Strange along to Horsburgh. Expert commentary from Michael Ennis here in Mudgee as Kyo Weeks gets another tackle bump off there, more so than a bust. He's had 9 tonight, but just not the big break that Canberra need. 13 to go, restricted to 1 try, and that was the first of the match, and that was way back in the 4th minute of play. Scoreless for the next 64 minutes, the Raiders. Tarpany, floating ball. Here's Topple's chance. It closed down rather quickly, it must be said.
Quel match, mais quel match. Qui est en train de faire Brian To'o au niveau des contacts.
To get him back out there. Penrith with the ball. I've sort of forgotten about
On
Brian
dirige
Toll sitting on
pour
99.
vers une nouvelle
Hasn't been on
défaite.
the end of any attacking rates tonight. All his runs have been looking for the ball.
Ils sont dans une
But it just would be a
une
nice
saison
touch
compliquée
and a
par rapport à l'année
milestone
dernière.
match. Smith with it.
The combination of Smith and Yeo has been excellent through the middle tonight. Again.
Et 10 minutes encore à jouer sur ce match qui a été à sens unique. Là où on a eu deux gros matchs hier, deux matchs intéressants. Avec les Dragons qui se sont inclinés face aux Dolphins de très peu et le Storm qui ont perdu chez eux face à cette équipe les Bulldogs qui ont refait un remaniement de leur équipe en ne plus mettant Burton en demi mais en le mettant en centre et en mettant Question à la place de Burton en demi. C'est vraiment un changement intéressant qu'ils ont fait les Bulldogs et depuis ça marche plutôt bien. Question,
It's just been a mauling style at defence tonight from Penrith that would have been disappointed, I thought, with particularly their first half last week. And they have just, look at these numbers, no one's running past a tackle. No one has run past a tackle and not got in and helped their mate.
Strange, attention, il a failli s'enfiler, il a réussi à jouer après contact, c'est bien joué. Le retour intérieur magnifique, attention. Oh, il a oublié Jet Stewart. Oh, quel dommage parce que là il y avait de la vitesse, il y avait du jeu, c'était très bien joué. On va retrouver le ballon pour Timoko, 5e tenue. Attention parce que là, oh là là, les contacts. Oh, cette passe magnifique, elle est extraordinaire cette passe. Oh, attention, Kayo Ricks. Oh, attention, on va avoir essai, oui. Oh, quel essai. Oh, celui-là, il est magnifique. On a vu du jeu à la main magnifique. Et forcément, Canberra pour les Riders. Et ça part de Strange, encore lui. Strange, les appuis qu'il a, qui arrive à donner à hauteur. Ensuite, il y a du soutien intérieur. Et là, il oublie Jet Stewart, le deuxième ligne.
Just watch the work from Sanders here. The blind pass, the baton over his head. Here it comes. Oh, that's the heck of that. Absolutely outstanding. And then Weeks looked like he was going to slice and dice Paddy back on the inside. And it's a nice moment for Matty Nicholson back into the team.
Cette passe de Sanders
and the Raiders find their second try of the
night.
The last bit of players like
Quel
basketball,
essai
you're finding the
marqué
bloke
par
for the easy
les
layup.
Riders.
And it's
Et voilà,
Nicholson who goes over for the
on a
try.
pu revoir un petit peu de jeu.
Nothing but injury
Ça fait
problems
plaisir.
this year, but Canberra from the 4th minute. They had to wait till the 71st to get their second try of the night.
26 points d'écart.
I don't want to take away the Sanders bat on me. He might run forward a fraction, but...
Non, non, c'est pas lui.
We'll have a look at it.
Let's face it, you're not doing this like...
Cette passe de Sanders,
That is fantastic.
elle est extraordinaire.
Did you see the one last night?
Elle est extraordinaire cette passe de Sanders. Regardez, pouf. Oh là là, c'est une merveille. C'est une merveille.
There it is. So the Raiders' second try, 36-12. 9 minutes to go. We're not too far away.
C'est magnifique. C'est magnifique cette passe de Sanders là. Franchement, chapeau l'artiste.
We have Brisbane and Newcastle not too far away from Suncorp Stadium. Big game there.
Osborne.
Newcastle trying to stay in the 8. Brisbane still clinging to a slim chance. So Canberra with it on their 20. Ricky will still want a little more in this last 8.5 minutes. Maybe could it be as ambitious to get into the 20s? Take something into next week. Raiders back at home against the Knigths on Sunday.
Ah, dommage la passe de Timoko pour Jet Stewart. Qui n'est pas bonne.
Yeah, they've really liked attacking this side of the field tonight. And Strange positioned Timoko perfectly outside Alamotti, but Brian Toto did just enough to come in and latch onto that arm, the upper arm there of Matt Timoko.
Malheureusement.
And the ball just trickles over the sideline. And And amongst all that, Isaiah Papali'i back out there for Penrith. Liam Martin getting an early shower. And Penrith the last chance to find more points.
So 2 tries for Liam Martin, 22 tackles, 12 hit-ups as well. Big performance, aggressive as always. Penrith with the ball. And another win, you've got to think, in the bag. Leota tackled, 7.5 to go, up by 24 points. As Toto got the 100.
Allez, la croisée avec Cléoui maintenant.
Cleary tackled 15 away. Lussick, no, left it is Yo.
Ah, c'est bien joué, ça, Yo.
Now,
where's Bizza?
Cleary is right. He's got it. They might go long. He held it up. Offend and finish up by Strange.
Et voilà,
That's the end of the
tenue.
set. Just Brian saying, geez, how much do you love Tom Jenkins, guys? Come on, what about me? 150 games. The Red Bull momentum tracker dominated by the Panthers.
The marker isn't even square yet.
False start there.
He wasn't even square yet.
Freddie Lussick wants us to go to the video. VHS style. NRL Grand Final tickets, season heading up. Penrith, top of the pops at the moment. They may be there. It is a fascinating race to the 2026 Grand Final. Don't miss your chance to be at Accor Stadium October 4. That Sunday. You can secure your seats at nrl.com/tickets. NRLW, of course, Magic Round this weekend. They're in Wagga Wagga. Another 3 matches coming up tomorrow. Ball across here to Timoko. He gets through one.
Ah, c'est bien joué, Timoko. Ouais, c'est bien joué, ça. Ah, Sanders. Sanders qui va redonner à Hosking et Strange. Et voilà. Oh là là, c'est bien joué. Elle ici.
What they can do.
Well, it was the left edge last week, and this has been the area they've liked to attack. That's a great ball from Sanders, right out in front. Matt Timoko at full flight on the outside of Alamotti, beating for speed and power. Held off To'o, and then on the inside, the support started to arrive. It was nice work from Sanders. Gets rid of Brian To'o, and then offloads back to Zach Hosking, he's tried his guts out tonight, Hosking. And then the speed of Ethan Strange enough. That's a very good try.
Good try, that.
Yeah.
I know it's, you know, it's 5 minutes to go and the margin is still big, but that's a damn good rugby league try. I mean, the last one had a bit of luck in it and a bit frantic, but that was just super rugby league play there.
Well, the 3 Raiders tries have been great tries. The 3 of them have been excellent.
Allez, Sanders.
So maybe some work still to be done for Penrith. For Sanders.
18 points d'écart.
It's been a great
Ça
night
passe.
for the Kickers. 6 from 6 Cleary. 3 from 3
Ça un peu largué sur Canberra là.
Inside 5 to go.
Et je trouve dans une équipe de Penrith, c'est un peu trop attentiste là sur ces dernières actions.
Absolutely superb. The pass right across the face of Paul Alamotti.
And Raiders everywhere, Michael, in support, just followed all the way up. That is a green machine special. This is old school, these early shower stuff.
Et alors qu'on voit au stadium Kalin Punga en train de s'échauffer avec ses coéquipiers. Et Reynolds aussi.
Broncos.
Semaine particulière encore pour les Broncos qui ont appris que Corey Jensen a arrêté sa carrière de médicale.
With zero confidence.
Et ça c'est
Well, the evidence is not there, is it? They have shown
de Brisbane, obligé de mettre un terme à sa carrière.
It's a big night for Newcastle.
I reckon they can turn it on
Il y a eu des rumeurs qu'il risquait de mettre fin à sa carrière et ça a été officialisé par Jensen dans la nuit de jeudi à vendredi. Il a annoncé qu'il a arrêté sa carrière malheureusement. Sanders, c'est bien joué. Oh, c'est bien joué, dommage. Quel dommage.
Gee, promising again.
Donc voilà.
Hang on a second.
Pour Corey Jensen.
There is something on the right edge that they've seen.
Coup dur, encore une fois pour Brisbane, qui en a bavé cette année Brisbane, avec Dan Mariner de mémoire, si je me trompe pas, il
Almost
risquait de se faire
that time.
amputer de
Almost
sa
found a
jambe.
way through. Timoskin did
J'avais
well.
lu un article comme ça. Après, est-ce que c'est vrai? Il me semble que ouais. Les blessures, répétition de Ben Hunt, de Adam Reynolds, ça a été assez compliqué. Et l'absence longue durée de Billy Walters qui est revenu seulement pour la 21e journée. Donc 21 journées sans grand Billy Walters. Ça s'est fait sentir tout au long de la saison. Oh, c'est bien joué. Attention, le retour intérieur de Tago pour Papali. Et le voilà laissé de la réaction de Penny. Il s'est un peu plus endormi. Et on va passer la barre de 40.
It's great coaching from Ivan Cleary. Taking Casey McLean off the field, just letting the young fella have a spell. It's been a big year for him on the Harvey Norman replay. One of their stars over recent years, Isaac Tungle, who just hasn't been able to force his way into the side this year, gets some minutes at the back end of the game and shows exactly why he's still such a valued member of this Penrith squad. Charges into the backfield, Papali'i pushing through, and momentum gets him over. Nathan Cleary, boy, what a night. What a night. Everything good that Penrith have done has had Cleary's hands all over it. That's a nice moment for Isaac Tungle. Agreed. Really nice moment. Does he feel
not forgotten? There's been nights where he's been part of the six and doesn't get any minutes.
Just see the Nathan Cleary, the NC7, it's the new kicking tee that he's designed himself. He's just brought this out. And as you said, he's such a craftsman, and he's made his own kicking tee, and it's certainly working for him tonight.
On n'aura pas une fin de match comme l'année dernière entre ces deux équipes-là. Là, c'est une correction que je suis en train de mettre. Penrith à Canberra.
Are you on the take on this? You part of this little, was that set up with Nathan, what you just did then?
No, I noticed it last week. He had a new kicking tee. A lot of people are kicking with green ones. Jared Croker's brought out his kicking tee that's become quite popular, and I saw Nathan's. I went, oh, that's new. And found out during the week that he's actually made his own kicking tee and just started kicking with it.
With 3 minutes to go, again a wrap for the people of Mudgee, the council, and Mayor Kennedy, and people like Kenny Sutcliffe. They make, they put on this event. This is a great venue to come out to for rugby league, and I just hope that another club takes up the offer. Penrith have been here the last 2 seasons, home matches. They'll have their own stadium to go back to next year. So it's a stadium for hire, and 10,000 people here tonight make it a pretty special weekend for the supporters of whatever club comes. It's like a little winner's reward.
I love coming out here, and then when I got back into the town today, you just reminds you why, as Cleary drives this long back across his body, looking for a 40-20.
Weeks will go back for the big move here. How fast can we move here? The Panthers chases all over. Still got past Pogger. So Raiders with it. Savage. I haven't had to say his name too much, Xavier Savage, to be quite honest. Modest return in terms of meters tonight.
Et voilà, vu que c'est la fin, on va commencer à changer un peu.
Tonight, 90 seconds to go. Broncos Knights not too far away. Greg Inglis, the great man, joining the panel from the Clyde Churchill studio. The Raiders with Strange again trying to work that Panthers right over. Strange offloaded, back for Timicol. Stack of Raiders players in front of him. Does a spin, and it ends there.
There was a period Greg was in that good a form that every time we played him, I used to just have to try and just butter him up a bit. Going good, Greg. Going well. Yeah. How's things, Greg? Just try and keep him on side. The last thing you wanted, Greg.
So the reverse sledge.
You didn't want him firing. No, you couldn't wait the boot.
Ici par-dessus, pourquoi pas. Tenter quelque chose.
And then Sanders knocked it in.
So he did not want to ignite the aggression. Give him nothing.
impuissant cette
Champion
équipe.
bloke, Reggie Inglis, and good to have him on Fox League. Challenge late.
Oh, nothing like a challenge with 41 seconds to go at 42-18.
Well, the people of Mudgee, they haven't seen this stuff.
Yeah.
They don't get to see this stuff all the time, Andrew. Yeah. Let them have a bit of fun.
Well, the other thing about this facility too, it's surrounded by sporting fields that are dead set. You can eat off them. They're just
magic, aren't
pristine.
Yep.
From soccer fields to hockey fields, basketball court, the rugby league posts and used for union as well.
Sanders touches the ball there. The ball continues to travel forward towards the opponent's dead ball
training
lines.
village here, which is elite.
Challenge is
and the NRL clubs are coming here. Bit of Landies, Team 20, Mudgee. No, just good that I just hope that we stay connected here, not just a trial match. I just think an NRL game.
On y est.
So there's the run for Penrith. That is exclusive to Fox. Friday night. Panthers v Warriors. The 6 o'clock game. And then the following week against the Roosters.
Les Bulldogs et recevoir les Tigers. Une grosse fin de saison en perspective pour les Panthers avec Eugene sur leur qualification.
Penrith will have the last say on this one. Final seconds. Nathan's up in front of the post. If he wants to be cheeky with a one-pointer. As Papali goes through the center.
Oh, Papali, il y va tout seul. Ça devient nonchalant là, ce qui vient de se passer là. Papali s'est baladé. Quel dommage. Quel dommage de ne pas avoir vu un match plus intéressant. Là, rien à dire. Déjà, on a eu des sacrés raclés jeudi entre les Cowboys et les Roosters qui ont mis 82 points à ces Cowboys qui ont été impuissants.
He probably almost skids across the line in the evening dew, yeah.
So 4 seconds on the clock. Penrith will be
voilà l'essai qui a été refusé.
Full-time siren sounds, but they will have to play, and they'll say that's it. So Tommy Starling has put it over the dead ball line, and that will do us. Penrith top of the table. They will remain after round 22, and Canberra are in that territory that's getting down to must win everything.
Et voilà, c'est fini. On va passer maintenant à ce match entre les Broncos et les Knigths. C'est ce match que j'attends le plus. Je vous cache pas en tant que supporter des Broncos. On va espérer victoire des Broncos.
So Broncos and Knights not too far away. We'll see if Eloise can chase up one of the Panthers stars after this win.
Forcément beaucoup de décès.
Are they as good as... There's obviously work to be done, Michael, but a really quick post-mortem on Penrith.
Yeah.
How you've got them alongside Warriors and Roosters. Just what you've seen this weekend alone.
Took a huge step forward. They're back to where they were pre-Origin. I knew there was going to be a period where it took a little bit of time for their cohesion to get back together after having so many players used through that Origin series, and the emotional drain, the physical drain. But tonight, that was Penrith really making a statement, and their key players in particular, Isaiah Yeo and that man there, Nathan Cleary, dominating, and they've still got Dylan Edwards, who's only a week or two away to come back, Mitch Kenny to come back. So hugely positive for Penrith tonight.
Alrighty, so Penrith 42 over Canberra 18 in front of 10,000 fans at Glen Willow Stadium in Mudgee. Weather was very kind to us. Let's go on ground. Eloise with the man who scored a couple of tries tonight.
Yes, indeed he did. Liam Martin alongside me. Liam, a huge win here in Mudgee, helped by your first career double. How did that feel?
Yeah, no, it felt good.
Yeah, I didn't have to do too much work for him, so no, it was good.
Chance of chasing down Thomas Jenkins.
I think I've got a long way to go. About 20 tries in, 5 games, so I don't know about that.
Talk us through this game here tonight. Some huge run meters right across the park. Just how galvanised is this Panthers squad at this point of the season?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it was a really good performance, but, you know, there's still areas to improve on. You know, at the start of the game, they sort of shocked us a bit there, and that was the same as the week before, so we probably have to sort of fix that up. But I thought we did really well to fight back and sort of wrestle control of the game, but then the end as well. So plenty to improve on.
You've got Friday night across the ditch, taking on the Warriors, a huge clash. What do you make of them at the moment?
Yeah, no, they're top side, especially at home. It's going to be really tough, and you know, it's always such a good matchup. Like, I remember the last game against them was tough, so I expect the same.
Ian, thanks so much for your time. Go and enjoy the win.
Cheers, thank you.
Well done to the Penrith Panthers. It is indeed officially statement weekend from our top 3 teams in this minor premiership. 42-18, the final score in Mudgee, and unfortunately that feels season over for the Green Machine. Well, it is our very special pleasure to welcome in NRL legend, premiership winner, Queensland hero, Australian and all-star icon, Greg Inglis, to our Super Saturday.
Gee, you puffed that up a little bit, can't you? How are you? Is it all going well?
Yeah, good, Greg, thank you so much for joining us. And I know you've been doing wonderful work with the Goanna Academy and your Stick With It program, which we will touch on a little bit later. But let's just celebrate the greatness of Greg Inglis. We were so thrilled that he was going to join us, and of all the highlights, of all the, you know, the grand finals, the moments, the Clive Churchill, the Golden Boot, now that you're happily enjoying retirement, what sticks with you the most?
Well, I can never go past, you know, where my first opportunity was, and that's with Melbourne. So first opportunity down there, and then obviously going back with the junior leagues. You know, I fell in love with the game because of my dad. I fell in the game because of my pop. So I had really good people around me to mentor me throughout my career. But yeah, just with rugby league itself, you know, it's winning premierships is a pinnacle. Representing your state, representing your country is another one. But you know, to see if it was something that I really loved and enjoyed doing for, you know, for a period of time, no, I can't take that away.
You loved the game, and we loved you right back. And Jared, you just said it. Sitting beside him is pretty incredible. He changed the game. What was it like coming up against him? Did you just get out of the way?
It was scary. I can't believe we're sitting next to each other right now, but it was scary, you know, knowing that you have such greatness out there, having to even try and tackle this man. Yeah, it's really cool to obviously be sitting next to you now, and to see the work that you're doing in the community, you know, with the Goanna Academy. And, bro, honestly, like, it was so bloody scary coming up against this guy.
See, I never thought that you were scared of anyone, but here we are. We finally found your kryptonite.
What about your greatest intro here? The icon, you just called me Cooper. You just called me Jared. You just got the greatest icon of the modern era. G'day, Jared. G'day, Cooper.
Thanks for joining us, Cooper. But
Geez,
you
just
were
a little bit
enough.
smaller in my chair.
But what a teammate to have. 5 seasons at the Melbourne Storm, and like, it must have been a joy to go to work with GI.
Yeah, there's a couple of like stories or moments that we basically grew up as young men in Melbourne. Yeah. We all arrived from different places outside of Melbourne, and we were forced to be best friends, forced to play football together and have some really good times outside of the football. But like, there's a couple of moments in terms of the grand final stuff where he you know, went through and scored that try, Clive Churchill medal. Someone said he couldn't play 5'8". Well, he just was the best player in a grand final wearing the 6 jersey. And then the other iconic moment I remember, let's not worry about South Sydney jerseys, but the other iconic moment I remember is when he turned Jamie Soward into roadkill. Yeah. He literally just picked up another big human being, threw them out of the road and just scored a try in the corner. Like when he wanted to, when Greg wanted to impact the game, I don't think there was another player on the planet that could get near him. When you asked Greg to do something, look him in the eye, he gave that look, and I just ran down the middle of the field and he passed the ball back to me. Well, he was that influential in teams when he wanted to be. Greatness is well and truly in the house for Super Saturday, so we look forward to the rest of the evening right just beside you, GI. He's doing a great one. You guys went okay as well. All right, up next it is the Broncos and the Knights at Suncorp Stadium. Coopy, we spoke to Kalen Ponga a little bit earlier. Obviously, there is this inevitable showdown and comparison between these superstar fullbacks, Ponga and Reece Walsh. He's looking forward to it. Yeah, Kalen's had a couple of weeks out, and when he played for Queensland, what he's done for the Newcastle Knights, he's been the best player on the field for Newcastle different stages. The matchup is show-stopping, him and Reece Walsh. There will be a lot of moments for Reece to go after the contest tonight, but I think the leadership of Kalen Ponga is the thing. No Dylan Brown, Dylan Lucas with an injury. You almost think that the Knights' chances are on the slide. Step in Kalen Ponga, he just might be the guy that might lead the Newcastle Knights. Word out of the Broncos dressing room is that the physio is working on the shoulder of Payne Haas. Now, we know how bitterly disappointed Brisbane Middles have been in the results and how this season has got really away on them. This premiership defence is all but over, but he needs to have a monstrous game, and we know how seriously he takes his work. Yeah, and he'll want to obviously finish the season as strong as he can, going down to the Bunnies next season. So hopefully he's not in too
too much pain, but yeah, they were disappointing last week against the Cowboys. They missed the start of the game, and they'll be wanting to get off to a fast start.
With limited weeks left, it looks like, for Adam Reynolds at the Brisbane Broncos, obviously a cherished former teammate of yours. What can little Adam get up to tonight?
Yeah, well, I think he needs to come out and just to play his own game. You know, steer the Brisbane Broncos around like he has been since he's been up there. And, you know, him coming out at the start of the year, I think he's already made up his mind and how he wants to finish his career at the Brisbane Broncos. He's going to go into halves coaching next year under Madge. So, yeah, he'll be still sticking around there. But as a player, he won't leave that jersey in good name.
I think the shoulder's okay.
He just gave us a bit of...
good to go. I got scared by that contact.
It's funny what local anaesthetic can do.
All right, well, there you see Big Payne Haas is ready to go. Kickoff is next. It is the Broncos and the Knigths. You're watching Super Saturday.
For 40 years, TPG has been delivering great value every single day. Like Monday,
Les Broncos ne joueront pas, hein,
Taco
les
Tuesday,
playoffs, on ne pourra pas défendre
Work from
notre
Home Day,
titre cette année
Valentine's Day,
pour les
Sick Day,
Broncos.
Judgment
forcément une
Day,
déception.
Moving Day,
Mais
First Day,
ça fait
Last
partie
Day,
du jeu. On n'a pas été
even
bon sur
birthdays.
les premières
Great value
saisons.
mobile and internet
On a eu un
every
peu de
single
mieux, puis on s'est
day.
réécroulé.
The 12-month price lock on your NBN 500 for
C'est compliqué.
$69.99
Après,
a
oui,
month
on
at
est champion,
TPG.
donc forcément, tout le monde veut nous taper. Ce qui est logique, tout le monde veut nous taper. Et bah, le problème, c'est que nous, on n'a pas été aidés non plus de par les blessures
in Hungary, while championship leader Antonelli scores
Et,
another podium. Going into the summer break, it's still Mercedes leading the constructors' race ahead of Ferrari and McLaren. That's your points update, powered by American Express. Access more with Amex.
Suncorp Stadium, the cauldron. This is the ground that respects toughness. If you just look up there, that's where I took the intercept. I looked up and I was like, man, I've got to run. And everyone in the stands was going absolutely bananas and scored the try. And we never looked back from that. It was a quite emotional night playing against one of the sides that actually won a grand final. The crowd was just loud. They knew what was at stake. When I come here, I feel like beast knowing that everything that I had, I gave to the game of rugby league.
On va tout faire pour revenir à ce niveau qui nous avait fait tellement rêver l'année dernière, les Broncos. Donc on va espérer.
Just the two of us, just the two of us, building castles in the sky.
Serena, nothing compares.
Why should your workday start like everyone else's? If you use your hands, keep this firing, this moving, this flying. If you travel for work, travel undetected. And visit places you can't find with a hashtag. Because this is more than just a job. This is an ADF career. Make your impact.
I know, sorry, Buster. Breakfast. I promise we'll go later. You only have so much time, so feed Science Diet with our clinically proven antioxidant blend, helping pets live long, healthy lives. Because you're only human, there's Hills. Science does more.
So what underdog story comes to mind for you, Presto?
I look at can we call it the rise of Gamut Shibasaki?
You call it whatever you want, it's amazing.
It was quite a journey, man. Went overseas, played some union, and he's come back on a training trial. Not only did he cement himself a position in the premiership winning Brisbane Broncos team, he's gone on to represent his state, and he's representing the country as well.
Oh, that's crazy.
In the history of rugby league, I've never heard a story like it.
I'm Kieran Bew and I play Hugh Hammer in the new season of House of the Dragon. HBO Max is already included with your Foxtel subscription. Activate your account and watch today.
These are turbulent times.
The crown is a weight that crushes. You'll do things that spell death for all involved. Did I not warn you that you would come to this?
Allez, ça va commencer. Au Suncorp Stadium.
It's a big night for Brisbane if they're trying
J'attends ça avec impatience, ça.
get something out of the last part of this season and hope that maybe a few miraculous things can go their way. Newcastle in a far better position. Caleb Ponga is back. Dane Gagai is back. The devastation last week, they were losing Dylan Brown and Dylan Lucas. They've lost a stack of close ones. For them, they need to get back on the winning track. For the Broncos, they just need to get hot. Payne Haas appears to be okay. There were some dramas you may have seen there with the panel with the shoulder. He appears to be fine. He's got the jumper on. Looks set to start this game. Greg Alexander, hello to you.
Dan, they're currently sitting on 6 wins. The Broncos, semi-finals might be out of their reach, but boy, they can upset a few teams on the way in. The Newcastle Knights desperate for a win. They've had 11 wins. They sit in 7th position, but they need to win. They've lost their last 3, as you said.
Que 10 matchs joués pour Kalyn cette saison, 4 essais, 9 passes décisives et 56 plaquages cassés. On va avoir un gros match.
How Newcastle go for the remainder of the year. Their record 7-3 when he has played this year. Kalyn Ponga, Fletcher Sharp and Sandon Smith are the halves, and of course Phoenix Crossland in the number 9 jersey. So the Broncos, Reece Walsh looking a bit sick and sorry there as he gets ready to come out. Payne Haas, well, you wouldn't know there was anything wrong with him judging by that picture. Let out by
les Broncos qui ont le terrain.
Here at Suncorp.
Allez, finir bien la saison, important pour préparer la saison prochaine. Et c'est les dernières de Shibasaki. C'est les derniers matchs avec les Broncos de Shibasaki. On aura Anderson aussi qui va partir normalement, si je me souviens bien. La retraite de Reynolds qui s'approche de plus en plus. Reynolds qui a pu former un petit Tom Duffy qui a été très bon cette saison. Je trouve qu'il n'a pas assez joué. Et je suis très content de voir sa saison à Tom Duffy. Il a été énorme tout au long de la saison. Et là, on a Reece Walsh avec 13 matchs joués, 10 essais marqués. Un sacré joueur, Reece Walsh. Et Gagai qui affronte sa prochaine équipe la saison prochaine, qui va nous rejoindre. Et Penas, c'est aussi l'une de ses dernières sous ce maillot Broncos avant de partir chez les Rabbitohs la saison prochaine. Allez, c'est parti, ça commence direct avec une grosse charge. Vigilant.
So Newcastle with a record of 11 wins and 8 losses. The last 3 weeks they've lost by 2, 2
on a franchi les 30 côté Knigths, pardon.
To just needing to get some wins to make sure they play finals.
4e maintenant.
Bit of a Newcastle contingent here making some noise. Trey Mooney in his first year at Newcastle and first year as a regular starting prop, and he's done a very good job. The number 7, Sandon Smith,
gagné. Allez, c'est parti pour Reece Walsh maintenant qui récupère ce ballon. Reece Walsh qui va essayer de percuter le deuxième ligne, mais il perd un petit peu son duel de poids. Allez, voilà, Reece Walsh, Mariner.
He's played plenty of football for
them this year,
16 games, and
côté Broncos,
kicking along with Kalyn Ponga, who they have down
Mariner à nouveau.
On the left side of the field.
This is Dean Mariner in the 4 jersey. Centers for the first time since round
Penas,
Shibasaki pushed out of the side.
Qui gagne quelques centimètres après contact. Carrigan.
Carrigan put down quickly. Croker there, along with
Reynolds.
So the final play with Reynolds going with the conventional kick as you would expect.
Kalyn Ponga qui envoie son ailier, bien pris par Willison.
Grace Hayden. Delighted to have Grace with us, who's on the sideline. Hello, Grace.
Oh, attention là, Young qui a essayé de passer. Et là, on a un gros match, hein. On a un gros match en perspective. On est déjà au 3e tenu. Et six again. Six again pour les Knigths. Attention, c'est Penas qui fait la faute. Attention, être vigilant quand même. Allez, Carrigan qui défend bien sur ses 20 mètres. 3e tenue. On va jouer là avec Sharp, attention, il s'est faufilé Sharp. Et le voilà, le premier essai de ce match. Il est marqué par les Knigths. Et Sharp, il s'est complètement faufilé. Et voilà, c'est ça le problème des Broncos cette saison, c'est qu'en défense, on s'est trop passé. Aïe, 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 ça commence mal. Ça commence mal pour les Broncos. Ah là là. Ah ouais, c'est Reynolds. C'est Reynolds et c'est je crois que c'est Ricky qui ne resserre pas un passé, qui laisse son espace. Ricky qui regarde Reynolds se faire affûter. Après il a ouais, il y a un autre appel que j'avais pas vu. Mais il doit se resserrer un peu plus. Et Reese Walsh rate son plaquage malheureusement.
And kicks through the tackle of Adam Reynolds. Great start from the Newcastle Knights.
Fletcher Sharp. 3rd time this year he's been the first to score. Got the first for the season in Las Vegas. Magic 20 minutes roughly before he came off injured, but put him anywhere and he seems to be a weapon.
Canberra qui avait marqué le premier essai et ils se sont fait rattraper assez rapidement et ils se sont pris un sacré raclé.
Finish the year as the number 6. What a great mover.
Là, c'est pas
Fletcher Sharp
la même confiance, c'est pas la même
dummy, not much space there. Jordan Ricky caught watching, really. Ricky should have been pushing across from the inside. Adam Reynolds missed him twice on his way to the try line.
Si je ne me trompe pas, c'est l'ancien des Roosters, Smith qui fait le plaisir des Knights cette saison, avec que 9 échecs sur 40 tirs possibles. Smith. Ouais, ça passe. Ça passe. 6-0 pour les Knights.
On this Super Saturday clash as we look at the Fox Ultra rushing by Reynolds, Kane to Walsh, too good for him.
He got a fair bit of him, Reece Walsh, but the power and which equates to speed for Fletcher Sharp just kicks out.
Mauvaise défense là des Broncos.
And after 3 straight losses, they would have been looking for a good start, and they've got it. 5 minutes into the game, and they've recorded their first try.
Hopwood. And Tyro for the Newcastle Knights. His 11th game of first grade, 20 years of age. Maju, gang tackle here. And Newcastle, a perfect start from them. And this Manu Leilua, he was wonderful last week, despite the loss. A barnstorming try and very good contributions.
Au 3e tenu, 4e maintenant pour les Knights. Il va falloir mettre la main sur le ballon pour les Broncos s'ils veulent espérer quelque chose, parce que là ça se tourne un petit peu comme le match des Cowboys la semaine dernière. Et il va falloir récupérer des ballons.
10 and 11. High kick on the last here from Sandon Smith. Another good set from Newcastle.
Walsh, Anderson.
And this is a man we've seen so little of this year, Grant Anderson, just his 7th game in 2026.
Premier tenu.
Primarily because of a knee
injury. Carapani qui essaie d'avancer comme il peut.
He's turned into a very good player, Grant Anderson, beginning at the Melbourne Storm.
And of course off to the Warriors, signed in April, so heading there.
On n'avance pas sur les impacts. Vassimu fait un peu avancer, mais on n'avance pas assez. Allez, Mam qui lui n'a pas géré le jeu, a foncé dans le tas, n'a pas cherché à comprendre. Avec Walsh qui va monter une chandelle, elle est haute, elle est belle. Il va pouvoir avoir la pression de Mam. Attention. Qu'est-ce qu'il a fait là, Kalim Ponga là pour capter ce ballon? C'est très bien joué ce qu'il a fait Kalim Ponga. Ah ouais, en plongeant. Et Reynolds va falloir qu'il s'y mette. Hein. Oh, Reynolds est KO. Oh, Reynolds est KO. Oh, Reynolds est KO. Oh là là, et forcément ça fait du surnombre, attention. Et pourquoi il n'a pas arrêté le jeu, monsieur l'arbitre? Enfin, il y a un joueur qui était à moitié à terre. Bah ouais, mais l'arbitre attend que la ligne elle soit cassée pour arrêter le jeu. Bah non, en fait.
Has got category 1 written all over. Yeah, absolutely. Greg Marju
just
lifting
that
the ball forearm. He connects with Adam Reynolds, who had trouble getting back to his feet. That's a heavy hit. Stood his ground. 2 plays left. Newcastle with a dummy from Smith. Takes the tackle. Had McEwen on his outside as a decoy. So Reynolds up the tunnel. We'll see what the result comes of that concussion test. A little kick. Pin Morgan.
Non, pardon. Mais pourquoi?
Then we could have dealt with it. There was some pinballing here. Ryan Atkins, our ref tonight.
Give me a turn. Okay, time's off. Got a no try. I've got no grounding. I've got a grab on the Knights player illegally on the kick chase.
Okay. Newcastle players pouring through, looking to chase the kick. The kick ricochets off.
Knights right side kick chase is onside.
It's Payne Haas, sticks the foot out.
By Payne Haas restarting the tackle count.
The ball goes behind. Mariner grabs the arm of Jermaine
Il y
McEwen.
aura une pénalité parce que le Mariner, il a accroché Gagaï. C'est le genre de faute qu'on n'a pas besoin, quoi. C'est vraiment le genre de faute qu'on n'a pas besoin.
Okay, so we've got a clear grab by Dean Mariner, which is a penalty. We're just weighing up the options of a professional foul now.
So, you think here, this doesn't have classic professional foul written all over it, does it? I'd like to see the normal speed. Yeah. How quickly these things happen. He ran into Dean Mariner. Dean Mariner, it all happens so quick. He's going for the ball simultaneously.
The action for Dean Mariner is a professional foul.
Oh my goodness! He's gone for 10.
Et cette pénalité, pardon.
So no penalty try, but it's 10 in the bin on the way for Mariner. Tell me that he looked at it in normal speed before, and it's not just all.
Mais quoi?
So 10 in the bin, that's brutal, absolutely brutal.
Attends, ils mettent un essai de pénalité là? J'ai entendu penalty try. Non.
Jermaine McEwen goes through or tries to chase the ball. Mariners make.
Non, c'est bon, j'ai eu peur. Mais bon, ils mettent 10 minutes, c'est logique. Oh, j'ai eu peur. Oh, j'ai eu peur. Je crois que j'ai pas entendu toute la phrase de l'arbitre parce que j'ai entendu penalty try. J'ai dit quoi? Mais non, ouais. Après la faute elle est logique, hein, Del Mariner. Fait une erreur qu'il doit pas faire. Ça peut pas plus mal commencer pour les Broncos, hein. Un essai, un jaune d'entrée. Qu'est-ce que tu veux qu'on fasse? Et Reynolds qui sort. Ça fait déjà beaucoup, hein, pour l'instant, en espérant que son protocole de commotion va passer pour Adam Reynolds. Allez, troisième tenue. Attention, Kalim Ponga pour Young. Oh là 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 là.
So this has been some start from them. And Kalen Ponga's ability to beat the rushing defense from the Brisbane Broncos.
Oh là 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 là, c'est terrible. C'est terrible, 10-0. Vraiment, c'est pas l'équipe. Je ne reconnais pas l'équipe des Broncos. Cette année, je ne les reconnais pas. Je n'arrive pas à les reconnaître. Franchement, cette année, c'est pas l'équipe qu'on a eu l'année dernière. Il n'y a pas eu de turnover, d'énormes turnover. T'as quelques joueurs qui sont partis comme tout le monde, mais Tu vois, t'as quoi? T'as J-22 qui est parti.
They will rely on him. Cops a couple across the chops there. Dom Young.
Selvin Kobo, mais Selvin Kobo, il était même pas dans les titulaires indiscutables.
Newcastle winger scoring 17th try of the season. 17. They're in great try scoring form, aren't they?
J'ai pas les mots. Je ne sais pas ce qui est arrivé aux Broncos cette année, mais
he's got 17 as well. So Young,
c'est compliqué.
Confidence might have been a bit down of late. Also with ball handling and try scoring, but that's a good run there. Tough start to the night for Reece Walsh defensively.
Psychologiquement, c'est dur.
Got some news coming on both Payne Haas, Adam Reynolds and Xavier Willison with Grace in a moment. We'll just take this kick here from Smith. Struggled this year from the right touchline. But they're doing everything right, Newcastle. Why wouldn't he slot this one through?
Essendon Smith, ça ne passera pas. On va rester à 10-0.
Brisbane nil. Grace, what have you got?
Yeah, I've got some unfortunate news for the Broncos and Adam Reynolds. He has been assessed as a Category 1 HIA, so we won't be seeing him for the remainder of the evening.
Qui gérons la possession, on les enferme chez eux aussi à un moment donné. Parce que là, à un moment donné,
he's been one of Brisbane's best this year, Willison. That's a huge blow too.
Yeah, it is, and we saw him really with a funny running gait, trying to get himself back on side early in the game, and that looks like it might have been the problem there, a tackle on Sanders Smith. We saw Jordan Ricky switch from the right, he's playing over on the left, and that was Jordan Ricky who missed the tackle on Kalen Ponga.
Il va envoyer son avant, Sarpongi,
great charge.
Cottony Staggs et Carrigan.
Newcastle, a hot
C'en
start
est
from them,
chargé.
still a fair bit of time with Mariner in the sin bin.
Allez.
Reynolds
Adam Reynolds c'est mort. Adam Reynolds c'est mort. Aïe 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 aïe. Rien ne va pour les Broncos cette année, ces derniers jours, ces derniers mois. C'est terrible. C'est terrible ce qui est en train de se passer à Brisbane. Vraiment, ça devient limite beaucoup. Ça devient de plus en plus compliqué.
With McEwen threatening to crash through. Ricky needing everything he had. Last, Smith putting it up. Chase is coming through. Croker leading the charge, but Walsh takes it. So Brisbane here. Well, they'll be relieved just to have it, but it's going to be a tough set this.
Il y a les genoux au sol, faut compter un tenue, monsieur l'arbitre, enfin. Il nous fait reculer de 20 mètres, il a les genoux au sol.
Anderson going not too far.
Cottony Staggs, pas inspiré la semaine dernière contre les Cowboys, beaucoup trop d'erreurs. Hunt, Walsh, Mam qui saute la passe pour Carapani face à Dom Young, Carapani qui revient à terre, Carapani qui est passé, Carapani c'est bien joué. Voilà un petit peu un match, une action qui peut être intéressante. On est sur le 5e tenu, donc on va avoir Walsh qui va mettre une transversale. Dessous il y a Grant Anderson qui s'est imposé. Oh là 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 là. Et il y a eu quoi? Oh là là là.
Anderson does a great job. He takes the ball. Marju rips it out of his grasp or just.
Je sais pas. Mais voilà une action où on fait un peu peur quand même à cette équipe des Knigths, où on montre que même à 12 c'est possible de trouver des espaces. On a vu avec Carapani qui a fait vraiment le ménage, un grand bien. Attention, il a pas sauté. Oh là, cette passe qui est en avant là. Voilà, monsieur l'arbitre. De Dom Young. Et attention, et forcément ils vont aller jouer les extérieurs avec Dom Young. Et leur autre ailier là, Marzio. Ils vont aller jouer. Ils vont aller les jouer. Ils vont aller les jouer, les tenter.
Nice play, gets Dom Young down that right touchline.
Oh, how good is Ponga?
He does look sharp, doesn't he?
Well,
they need him to be good, don't they?
Allez, Walsh. Pour Staggs.
a win of sorts if they can limit the damage to just the one try with Mariner in the bin. They've already got an uphill battle ahead of them.
Avec Pat Carrigan.
With Carrigan dealt with. First meeting between these sides this year. Haas. Second run. 5 of them there to put him down. He's Mam.
Ouais, c'est bien joué, Mam, qui a retardé la passe. Et qui a attendu que Jaden Hunt se propose. Va, Samu. Oh là là. Et la chandelle de Hunt, elle est belle. Anderson face à Kalimponga, attention, en avant, oh! Je peux savoir c'est quoi la faute là, juste là? Attends, il comptait. Attendez les gars, il conteste le ballon. Faut arrêter aussi. Hein. Oh là, tu cites ce genre de faute, il n'y a plus aucun duel aérien quoi. Enfin, c'est n'importe quoi. C'est n'importe quoi là. Et voilà, c'est bien reculé. Gros plaquage de Cotoni Staggs. Allez. Mariner encore 2 minutes 58 sans lui. Dam Youngs il prend d'autres vitesses Carapani. Dam Youngs bien plaqué par Walsh. Troisième tenue. Ponga, Best bien pris par Cotoni Staggs. Ça va taper fort hein, entre Cotoni Staggs et Best ce soir. Oh, attention, il était passé là. Heureusement que Jaden Hunt a été là. Et ça réclame un six again avec Ponga, écharpe qui va pas pouvoir ne va pas pouvoir aller aplatir.
Isn't it enjoyable to watch a team ask questions on every play? And that's what Newcastle are doing right now. So maybe one defensive set left for Brisbane with Mariner in the bin. It's been a wretched start of the night for the Broncos. But a long way to go. A long way to go in this game.
Pex. Voilà, il nous met un peu d'avancée, Pex. Ça fait du bien. Penas. Qui allait percuter la ligne d'avantage. Hunt, la chandelle de Ben Hunt. Voilà. Kalim Ponga, bien pris par Grant Anderson. Avec Marzio. Mais arrête de siffler des pénalités pour rien. C'est abusé de siffler ce genre de faute là. Mais il abuse, il est dans l'excès l'arbitre. C'est abusé. Comment il peut siffler ce genre de faute qui font ça en permanence? Il est en train de se relever quoi, enfin, c'est abusé. Tu penses que... Ouais, j'ai peur que ce soit les Knigths. Vraiment, j'ai peur que ce soit les Knigths qui remportent le match. Et ça m'emmerde. Je te cache pas que ça m'emmerde un peu. Attention, ils n'arrivent pas à les retrouver là, les Broncos de l'année dernière. C'est mort, on ne les aura plus, on ne les aura pas cette année. Cette équipe qui avait fait tellement rêver la saison dernière. Là, cette année, c'est mort. Oh oui, en avant, allez, Cotoni, il faut donner, il y avait des surnombres. Et allez, Walsh qui va emballer le jeu. Allez, Walsh, c'est bien joué, Walsh. Oh, quel travail. Oh là 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 là, la mauvaise passe pour Anderson.
Yeah, he's gone well past 10 meters. And what was brewing for Brisbane as a chance becomes Newcastle ball.
Oh, the inside there.
Quelle défense de Penas. Et Tony Staggs doit donner plus tôt. Il doit la donner, il doit la donner. T'as Anderson qui la demande. Ensuite, Walsh. Ah oui, Walsh, sa chistera, elle est trop basse. Elle est trop basse. Et Maguire, la tête des mauvais jours, hein, forcément.
Newcastle 40 meters out.
C'est compliqué. C'est compliqué pour Maguire qui avait fait tellement briller cette équipe la saison dernière. Lors de sa première année. Là aujourd'hui c'est triste. C'est triste à voir. C'est pas comment faire.
Few hassles out there. So is this man in the middle. Not on this occasion. Fletcher Sharp well dealt with. Still outside the 20. Newcastle's tries to sharpen Young. Here's Croker.
Et voilà, encore un gros plaquage.
Crossland here, looking right, looking left, looking right again. Ponga though jumps out to the left. And oh, that was a little confusing, but Sharp comes away, puts in a kick. Gagai wants to come through.
Et voilà, attention, Kawapani qui ressort de son but, heureusement pour nous. Et on va retrouver Dan Mariner qui est revenu depuis quelques temps là. Avec Walsh qui essaie d'emballer le jeu.
Ponga went at the defense and looked to get Fletcher Sharp on the outside, but he gave.
Ah, c'est bien joué. La longue passe pour Staggs. Allez, Staggs qui va fixer. Et il a avancé jusqu'aux 40 mètres adverses, Cotton Staggs, avec Ben Hunt, Carrigan pour Mam, la passe pour Mariner, c'est bien joué, ah Mariner il a glissé. Ah, c'est dommage parce qu'on arrive à les breaker plusieurs fois avec Walsh, la chandelle elle est un peu courte, avec oh Grant Anderson. Oh là là.
Newcastle ball.
It's a very open game, isn't it? Both sides, the shift of the ball is causing problems.
Techniquement, c'est ballon pour les Broncos, hein.
Brisbane.
Enfin. Ah bah non. Ah oui, non, pardon, j'ai rien dit. J'avais oublié.
You want to see Reece Walsh? I want to see Reece Walsh get his hands on the ball as much as possible. They still haven't had anywhere near the possession that Newcastle have had.
Troisième tenue.
Particularly dangerous to start this game.
Une possession astronomique hein, pour cette équipe des Knigths. Attention, voilà, bien monté hein, défensivement, c'est important. Et Sharp. Ouais. Mais attends, mais d'où tu siffles la faute pour les Knigths? Kalim Ponga il se met un envoi où il doit pas être. Ah, c'est abusé ça.
Yeah, you can understand the danger that you present. Sharp and Ponga linking together.
Attends, il est en train de. Tu te fous de ma gueule ou quoi? C'est abusé de voir ce genre d'arbitrage là. Franchement, c'est. Oh. Et on se plaint beaucoup des traitements de faveur de Penrith, mais là, je trouve que les décisions contre les Broncos là, cette saison, en tout cas, c'est assez abusé. Hein. Franchement, c'est hallucinant de voir ça. Le mec, il est en obstruction, il gêne Staggs pour plaquer, et du coup, il se prend un coup d'épaule et il y a faute. Là, c'est que ça gagne. Allez, Sharp.
It's a game of chicken there, and finally the tackle is made. Oh, 6 more. Now comes here to Mooney, going after The Alpha playing Haas. And Va'a Semu there as well. Cross. Smith turning it in. Best.
Oh là là, Walsh qui rate ses plaquages aussi, attention. Deuxième tenue dans les 10 mètres. Sandon Smith. Oui, c'est bien joué Ezramam qui a couché Kalimpunga. Quel choc, quel choc. Gros plaquage.
McEwen goes one out as they open up the left. Not as if the Knights haven't had their chances.
Oh, la passe qui est la limite de l'en avant là, monsieur l'arbitre. Attention, Marziou et Grant Anderson, Marziou toujours lui. Quatrième tenue, cinquième maintenant. Attention, attention, Sandon Smith.
Scored it over the back. The Broncos are holding on. Well, the extra man has certainly helped, hasn't defensively. Being Mariner off the field, the Broncos, the Knights make poor line breaks up against this Broncos defense. They get the man on, and the Knights found
j'ai l'impression qu'il n'avait pas vu Kalimpunga. Il n'avait pas vu Ezramam.
Karapani knocked dead, so unless they go short and try and get the ball back.
You've got a responsibility to be a leader in this team and not a question. We'll be better at it. Go on. No, I've told you now.
Well, let's consider that the warning. No Reynolds, so that's why Carrigan's getting the bake as the captain.
Oh là là,
I'm not sure those two are in love with each other right now. Oh, but now where's Anderson touched it? He wasn't past the 10.
Touches it.
Just not his night so far.
Il donne des pénalités alors qu'on est à 10 mètres. Et il est sur les 10 mètres, hein, mon grand.
Yeah, that'd make sense, Dan. But if they take the tap, I wouldn't be disappointed with that either.
No. Je comprends pas.
They kick the 2, they get to 12.
Là, il est sur les 10 mètres. Il est clairement sur les 10 mètres. Pourquoi il s'y faute? J'arrive pas à comprendre. Je t'avoue, là, j'ai du mal à comprendre.
Because it was touched, they had the option. If it was just a bad kick that didn't go the 10, it would have been a routine play the ball. Smith and Brisbane here.
Rushing defense, yeah.
Smith, that was McEwen trying to go through a hole. Smith not quite in sync with
him.
Here it comes now for Mooney. He's been strong, Trey Mooney.
Ben Tolchi hein, qui est rentré.
Cross comes back to Smith.
Sa puissance et sa fraîcheur. Oh, en avant.
Great fingertip catch. Young, trouble. Forward pass.
En avant, heureusement.
Forward pass.
Oh là, attention, Dam Young et Ezramam, ça se chauffe un peu. Oh, qu'est-ce qu'il veut lui? Qu'est-ce qu'il veut? Ce serait les Broncos, forcément. Attention de pas rentrer dans ce genre de jeu.
I'm going a penalty against the Knights at this stage.
Assistant referee Ezra providing his perspective. So, nothing wrong with that.
Bah, c'est Dam Young, hein. C'est Dam Young hein, qui cherche, hein. C'est Dam Young qui accroche. Et puis après, ça vient. Hein. Là, c'est pénalité contre. Là, c'est pénalité contre les Broncos, j'ai du mal à comprendre. Hein. Attendez, faut arrêter là. Là, c'est Newcastle qui déclenche. Hein. Ils ont essayé de sortir, ouais, ils ont essayé de sortir des gonds les Broncos parce que devant, hein, on n'est pas bien, Et du coup, ils ont essayé. Et carton jaune, carrément. Ah ouais, quand même. Oh là 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 là. Carton jaune.
That's the loudest the Broncos crowd has been here for a little while. Hang on, we're not done. We're not done here. What else have we got?
That's nothing. Had nothing to do with you. You're going in to deliberately pull his hair. What do you mean? He's got my teammate hit him in the jersey. How's that not
Et carton jaune pour Walsh.
This is crazy. This is crazy.
On report for the hair pull.
Wow. Hey, is that a first? I'm sure it's happened. We've had penalties for hair pulls.
Yes.
Is that the first sin bin for a hair pull?
I think it is, but it's a little bit different. Like he's
Et Dom Young, il a
got
rien.
himself involved in a scuffle.
Et Dom Young, il a que dalle.
12 on 12 involvement.
Ah ouais, ok, il lui a tenu les cheveux. Ok, ouais, bah. Non, c'est bon. Ok, je comprends. Ouais, parce que je comprenais pas Walsh. Je comprenais pas le jaune. Pourquoi Walsh avait un jaune? Parce que pour moi c'était Mariner et tout avec qui ça avait plus chauffé. Donc ouais, je comprends pas tout. Bah bref, à 13 contre 13, les deux équipes qui vont devoir évoluer. Eh, bien joué Ben Hunt. Il est passé Ben Hunt, c'est bien joué. Il cherche du soutien mais il n'y a personne. Il retrouve pas Carrigan qui va les péter dans Kalimpong. Allez, attention, troisième tenue. On est à hauteur des 40 mètres des Knigths avec Ben Hunt. Ben Hunt pour Ezra Mam qui a allé attaquer la ligne. Allez, Penas.
A carry from Haas, falling on the 20-meter line. So Brisbane have first crack here at a 12 on 12.
Ouais, Mam, c'est pas mal ça. Et obligé de concéder renvoi au but, Kalimpong. Attention, attention. Voilà un peu d'action, un peu d'intelligence de jeu aussi du côté des Broncos. Il y a quand même beaucoup de réactions, mais il va falloir être un peu plus réaliste.
And we'll see what happens with the dropout, but they've spent no time down here. In fact, they haven't had a tackle inside the 20.
You've got to get it back, but once they do, you're right. First time in the Westpac red zone. And goes the 10. Young's good.
Un retour avec Karapani qui s'est imposé.
With the run up, Karapani takes it.
Allez.
Broncos here.
Jaden Hunt.
Jaden Hunt in just his fourth game this year.
On est dans les 10 mètres des Knigths. Dolty qui se propose, Mam Hunt pour Carrigan maintenant, Carrigan qui avance. Il y a peut-être un coup à jouer là côté Broncos, troisième tenue dans les 10 mètres. Hunt, Penas qui a essayé de passer. Ouais, ça rebondit. Ah non, Dolty qui fait en avant.
Manu Leilua again, and they celebrate the Newcastle Knights. He is having a wonderful few weeks. Francis Manu Leilua.
Oh, gee, that's a good hit, isn't it? Out the line as well. He's well ahead of the rest of the defenders. And knocks the ball out of Ben Tolte's hands. You mentioned earlier when he first touched the ball there in his first run tonight, where a bit of footwork and he's looked dangerous every time he's touched it. He had an outstanding game last week against the Roosters. What a powerhouse he's turned into.
So, McEwen in the bin, Walsh in the bin. Mariner was in the bin. Fair bit for the team back at the Clive Churchill studio to decipher. What about, we've got the legend GI. What a privilege to have GI with us. He's got his hands full with this game. All of them do. Vonnie and Jared and Cooper.
Allez, joue
Because there's a
intelligemment quand
fair
même.
bit to go through here.
La croisée avec Gagai. Gagai.
Going after Jordan Ricky. Strong tackle. 28 minutes gone. Here's a big kick here from Sharp. And Anderson back there.
Allez, Grant Anderson chassé.
Gets it a little closer to the 20.
Karapani qui est très actif dans ce début de match. Et voilà, merci. Il a sifflé pénalité tout à l'heure, il va le siffler pour nous. Même si je trouve ça quand même assez dur. Moi, tu vois, ça gagne sur ces actions-là, mais bon. Si c'est trop long, je comprends pas pourquoi il siffle pénalité tout de suite, mais on va pas s'en plaindre. Je le trouve pas très cohérent dans sur un but. Alors oui, il essaye de se relever, mais là pour moi tu mets un 6 again. Tu mets un 6 again sur ce genre d'action. Colty. Jaden Hunt. Gagne des mètres précieux. Il est très bon, Jaden Hunt. Et pénalité contre les Knigths, encore une fois.
That's a penalty. That's a penalty to Brisbane. Did appear to be helped out there, but regardless, it came out, wasn't released, so that's why the penalty.
Well, it increases the Broncos' chances now. They find
Allez,
touch
ballon
inside
pour
the 30.
les Broncos dans les 30 mètres des Knigths avec Penas.
We're about halfway through the bin period here, 12 on 12. Broncos want to get something here because they've had the best of it in this little period.
Allez, Jaden Hunt, encore lui qui fait un match qui est vraiment énorme. Hein, Jaden Hunt avec Ezra Mam qui a attaqué la ligne. C'était très bien joué. Et il faudrait peut-être le donner le 6 again là parce qu'il a fait retarder Ponga avec Penas. Qui reste debout. Hein. Il reste très souvent debout, Penas. Hunt, Grant Anderson.
Oh, that has to be a penalty. That has to be a penalty. Well, this is comical.
Et on se fait une pénalité pour obstruction. J'aimerais bien la voir, la faute, parce que...
Fletcher Sharp ended up on the ground. We just wonder, was Patrick Carrigan just runs straight into the outside shoulder. Contact. He hits the ground. Well, you've got to admire Grant Anderson. You realise
well, he didn't do anything wrong.
No, that's right.
Allez, ballon. Et il reste encore 3 minutes pour les deux suspendus. Mais qu'est-ce qui va siffler encore pénalité sur ça? Qu'est-ce qu'on va donner des pénalités débiles là? Aussi, les Broncos là, ils sont pas très intelligents sur ce qu'ils font. Très dangereux. Attention. Hein. 10-0.
You'd be going centre field and then coming back to Best and Manu Leilua on this left-hand side with Grant Anderson playing at fullback.
Et 2 minutes 54 encore pour les deux suspendus.
Brazil bringing it back. So their second crack at a 12-man Broncos. Scored 1 try with the first period. Sharp. Broncos there.
Oh là 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 là, qui a reculé Carrigan.
And then straight over Tolty, but Carrigan came back. Great run. Knights rolling again. Croker to Smith.
Kalimponga qui écarte, attention. Et Ezra Mam qui vraiment fonce dans le tas. Il cherche pas à comprendre. Non, attention, ça joue après contact. Attention, ce genre de plaquage loupé. Oh, mais qu'est-ce qu'il fait, Grant Anderson? Mais qu'est-ce qu'il est allé foutre là-bas? Il couvre même pas son aile. C'est pas normal d'avoir un 6 contre 1 alors qu'on est à même... il n'y a même pas de supériorité numérique. Pas normal.
14-0. Well, the skills to throw a pass like this. Great pass from Crouch to keep things going. Out there to Crossland.
Une catastrophe.
Look at that. From Francis Manu Leilua. Harvey Norman replay shows a brilliant ball from the back rower. Juggled it and then turned and passed all in one motion and found his winger 20 metres away.
So that's Crouch. Start of the night for him.
Crossland, juggle, beats Ben Hunt, throws it's 20 metres, and Marju does a job just to grab it before he takes off, and unmarked comes up with the third Newcastle try. That's brilliant play from both Crouch, Crossland, throwing Manu Leilua with the money ball.
Well, how often do you see a forward throw a ball like that?
Dan, to juggle the ball and then to have the whereabouts to turn and quickly offload as he did, that's highly skillful.
Jenkins adding to his lead. The try-scoring department. Penrith big winners.
Warrior, what a great atmosphere it was this afternoon. Warriors, that trumpeter, he's made that sound like a college football game in America. Great atmosphere with the Warriors.
Et non, ça va pas passer pour Smith. Ça va être sur le poteau. Et on va rester à 14-0.
Brisbane, nil. Grace Hayden, down to you.
Xavier Willison, he came off earlier in the half. He had a bit of a gash on the top of his knee. It's just in a bit of an awkward spot. That's why it's taken them so long.
14-0, 5 minutes encore à jouer dans cette première mi-temps. Et il y a vraiment pas de
Okay, thank you, Grace.
So we saw that, and that was the tackle on Sanders Smith very early in the game. He must have come down on the back of the boot. It was a legs tackle from Xavier Willison, which has opened up a cut on his knee, and that's, as Grace just reported, seen him on the bike. I'm sure he'll come back on the field if he's on the bike.
That's right. So,
allez, une vingtaine de secondes avant le retour des deux.
Newcastle.
Des deux bagarreurs.
Frizzell.
Well, they had their turn, Brisbane. They got some possession. They had a couple of sets inside the 20 and they just weren't able to score. Newcastle worked their way down and came up with a 4-pointer immediately.
Good thinking from Croker not to throw that. That probably would have been forward. You need to take a risk.
Sharp.
That was a lovely bit of subtlety from Sharp, shaping to go long, but well read there by Hunt and Pakes to bring down the high kick, deep kick. And
oh là là, Grant Anderson en 2 temps. Il a failli faire en avant, Pépère. Et Walsh qui est revenu. On est à 13 contre 13 maintenant.
Fearsome people like Marju and Best bearing down on them and dropping the ball. But somehow Anderson held on to it.
Yeah, great reflexes.
Here's a spread from their own 20. Tomorrow, great day. What a game in Shark Park. Sharks who are flying against South Sydney, who are in the heat of the battle for the 8.
Je n'ai pas de lien de
Sunday
streaming.
ticket, then kick off at 2 p.m. That's going to be, well, they're all sellouts at Shark Park. And then Tigers Eels. That's a fascinating one, what we get from those sides. That's the 4 o'clock game. And then, of course, Sunday night with Matty John. So that's your Sunday. By the way, have you seen the schedule for Friday? Penrith Warriors, 6 p.m. in New Zealand. Roosters Dogs, 8 p.m. Is that something I can interest you in? Anyway, that's plenty of time to build that up. We've got a game here right now.
En avant, en avant, ça joue avec Jaden Hunt. Jaden Hunt, heureusement qu'il est là. Allez, faut jouer les gars, allez. Walsh. Walsh qui allait attaquer la ligne. Par contre là, il nous fait retarder nos libérations. Donc à un moment donné, il faudrait sévir pour un 6 again, monsieur l'arbitre.
Less than 19. Can they put points on the board here? It's
Carrigan
and for Ben Hunt.
Mam.
Following him all the way, Best with Sharp as well.
Hunt. Carrigan. Dans le dos pour Walsh. Walsh qui écarte sur Mariner. Mariner qui fixe. Non, c'est pas possible. C'est les mêmes erreurs que la semaine dernière.
Well, there's a mismatch there, speed-wise. Dean Mariner up against Dane Gagai. One of the most experienced centres in the game, Dane Gagai. And there's the mistake. McEwen just back onto the field after the binging and just on the outside created a bit of space. I think Dom Young gets him. Young did a good job to check on Mariner and then get himself back out to Karapani. So they blow a chance to score a try before the break. I don't know if they get another chance.
Brodie Jones, he returned to first grade 3 weeks ago. Mainstay of this Newcastle outfit the last few years. Crouch. Brazil's future yet to be decided. Game 299. Crouch again. She's got energy. Rocky Crouch.
I think Frizzell's playing good enough to go around again there.
There's Manu Leilua. Well handled.
Allez, 5e tenue.
A bit extra on that tackle. 14-0. 3 tries as Sandon Smith goes long.
Walsh. 1 minute encore à jouer. Walsh qui joue sur Hunt.
Can't get rid of it.
No, well, they've got to have that attitude, don't they, Brisbane? If there's an offload or if there's a play to be had, they've got to make it. You don't want to go into your shell. 14-0 down.
Ricky in his 7th year of first grade. A minute left in this first half. As it comes to Walsh.
Allez, voilà, Mariner. Mariner qui fait mal. Qu'est-ce qu'il fait là? Oh! Ah ouais, faut siffler une faute là, à un moment donné, monsieur l'arbitre.
I'm going to guess if Mariner doesn't throw that, it's probably a play of the ball, but because Mariner was illegal, they went back to the first illegal act. It's just a guess, Brandy, but it's Brisbane with the last chance in this first half.
Well, once he hits the ground, that's he said that's it.
Yeah.
19 secondes.
So 2 plays probably.
Et quand c'est pas Mariner, c'est Carrigan qui fait les erreurs. Ça devient n'importe quoi. Voilà, ça va être la mi-temps. Et pour l'instant, c'est une catastrophe ce que fait Brisbane. C'est honteux en tant que champion en titre de livrer ce genre de performance. Donc voilà, c'est la mi-temps. Je reviens exactement dans 15 minutes. À tout de suite.
Well, this man is just, the last 2 weeks, has announced himself as a serious National Rugby League player, that being Francis Manu Leilua, but they're some disappointed Brisbane Broncos players. Grace Hayden, down to you.
Yeah, I've got Kalen Ponga beside me. It's been a lively first half there. What do you make of it?
Yeah, a bit going on with sin bins and everything. Thought we started really well, and then we chanced our hand a little bit towards the middle, back end of the half, so just got to be patient in the second half.
What do you want to see in the second?
Exactly that, just being patient, earning field position with our D.
All right, thanks so much, good luck.
The captain just looking for a little bit of patience because this game has the potential to get a little bit untidy, Jared. We saw a bit of a flashpoint between the Knights and the Broncos. It was a double sin bin with McEwen and Walsh sent to just cool their jets. How did this start?
It got a little bit heated here. Obviously, the boys were into it and Dom Young didn't like it, and obviously there was a bit of frustration going on. McEwen running in third man obviously cost himself 10 minutes. But it did. It got a little bit heated, and some dreadlocks ended up in Reece Walsh's hand and gave him a bit of a yank.
Way too tempting to just take a bit of a handful there. You would never have done something like that.
Maybe a couple of times.
No, just a couple of times.
I only did when I had one of these two around me.
Yeah,
For McEwen, that's silly. He's run 20 metres away and forced his team in a dominant position to spend 10 minutes in the bin. And with Reece Walsh, he can't do much else to Dom Young than do that, because once he stood up face to face, I reckon Dom would have given him a fair whack.
Oh, I mean, look at this. This is very bold from Reece Walsh.
Yeah, I don't know what he was really thinking here. Obviously, thought he'd get away with something cheeky like he did, but yeah, obviously it was a bit of a brain snap, and he got it wrong there.
Look, he said to Grant Atkins, I was going for the jersey, but he's missed by a country mile. So anyway, he had 10 minutes to have a bit of a sit and think about it. It is all the Newcastle Knights. They are up by 14. We'll have all the action from Suncorp Stadium next. You know who would have loved that little melee? Steve Blocker-Roach on Tuesday night, face-to-face, Blues enforcer. Blocker speaks about his battles with Queensland, touring with Australia, and his lasting legacy in the game.
If ever a team walked into a line stand, that's the New South Wales boys here tonight.
The way you played, the style, tailor-made for Origins.
Here comes Roach.
Bang! He said, fight. He said, anyone who doesn't get involved will never play Origin again.
That's already on. Punches being thrown from everybody.
No, it was war. It was war in football boots.
We've said it's World War III, and boy, they haven't let us down.
Someone's got to stand up. Someone has to.
We found out Jack Gibson didn't want him in his team.
You must have been filthy.
Oh, dirty.
Back inside for Roach, a big fella must score.
I'd say, Bob, I'll do it for you, Bob. Will I be in the team the next one? Okay, yeah, you're sweet.
Well, all test matches are pretty much the same, you know, just to bash them up and get in there, you know.
Inducted into the NRL and the New South Wales Hall of Fame.
Just goes to show you can have lunatics in there.
winning. There's a McCafe drink for that. New drinks now at McCafe. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I'll see you on the weekend. Yeah. Ah, good stuff, Jack. Remember, practice makes perfect. Yeah.
Jack, it's time to go home.
What Coach said.
Thanks. That was easy.
Well, practice makes perfect.
With UE Comprehensive Car Insurance, everyone on our team is on yours.
Tried every allergy trick in the book? What are you waiting for? Grab Zyrtec for fast-acting 24-hour hay fever relief. Seize the day with Zyrtec. No hay fever tablet works faster.
With Whoop, understand your strain, sleep, and recovery, and see how your daily habits connect to how you feel. With real-time insights, personalized guidance, 14-day battery life, and routines built around what works for you, you can make informed choices that support your well-being and add more life to your years. Join Whoop.
This time of night, everyone jumps online. See, here at Aussie Broadband, some come for a good feed.
Like that.
Networking. John, you're on mute.
Comment and subscribe.
Or, of course, quality family time. And as your local internet, we plan for all of it. Purpose-built to react to your neighbourhood when it gets busy and make sure that there's always enough speed on tap for everyone. Aussie Broadband, the actual Aussie way.
To be a pet parent is to be human. Sometimes we feel guilty, even when it's for their own good. It's not always a walk in the park. That's why more and more pet people rely on Hills with scientifically proven formulas to give more love than humanly possible. Because you're only human, there's Hills. Science does more.
Go Harvey Norman, your destination for outdoor living with these hot deals. Transform your backyard for under $4,000 with the Shade Style 4x3 meter gazebo featuring an adjustable louvered roof. Entertain in style with the Shade Style Barbecue Deluxe gazebo for under $3,000. Cook pizzas, roast, bake, smoke and more with the Ninja Woodfire outdoor oven. Hot deal under $500. Built to last, the Gasmate Quasar 6-burner barbecue only $699. More hot deals for outdoor living in-store and online now. Best prices at Harvey Norman.
Tick off your morning to-do list at BP. Whatever you need to get your day off to a great start, turn into BP, and it's tick, 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 done.
Oh, we're going to be so late.
No, I know a shortcut.
Tough feels better in an Amarok.
Volkswagen.
Hungry Jack's fried chicken keeps getting better. Bigger, crispier, juicier. 100% Aussie chicken breast. Now with Napolitana sauce and bacon. Get the new Napolitana Jack's fried chicken burger. The burgers are better at Hungry Jack's.
Welcome back to your Super Saturday. Michael Maguire's got the whiteboard out, but 2 sin bins and the loss of their skipper, the Broncos, are off their game. Ill discipline and execution. They are leading the penalty count 7-3, and they've got 40 minutes to do something different at Suncorp Stadium. It is the Knights who lead by 14 points. Our halftime highlights are brought to you by UE. Cooper, Fletcher Sharp cut through in the first 3 minutes.
Yeah, he's pretty dynamic, Fletcher Sharp. Adam Reynolds missed a pretty poor tackle in the early stages of the game. That sums up the Broncos' first half. Only 11 completed sets, 2 sin bins, and Adam Reynolds not on the field. On the flip side, well, Kalen Ponga was the best player on the field. The Knights have absolutely dominated possession and the field position. You know you're playing well when you've got more line breaks than missed tackles. Line break 6 for the Newcastle Knights, 5 missed tackles in terms of the way that they're playing. And Fletcher Sharp scored the first, Dom Young the second. And this one was Greg Marju in the 33rd minute, which made it 14-0.
Our Amarok super stats, Jared, Newcastle just superior in every metric.
Yeah, it's been all the Knights in the first 40 minutes. Obviously dominated the possession there with 59%, but it's the missed tackles. Broncos 18 and the Knights are 5.
Greg, every time Bradman Best goes near the ball, he's looking for action. He's looking very, very dangerous.
I just love his intensity and his aggression towards what his game is, coming off the back of Origin especially. And, you know, if they're going to go very far into the final, very deep in the final, KP and Bradman Best are, you know, the ones that's going to lead them in that way.
Now, with their season almost on life support, I mean, it would be a miracle if they made it anyway, but the loss of Adam Reynolds so early in this piece, it was almost like a hammer blow. Yeah, it was. He missed that poor tackle on Fletcher Sharp, and then Greg Marju just turned him into roadkill like Greg Inglis did to Jamie Soward a few years ago. But, yeah, that's ferocious. When Marju plays like this, it's the reason why the Newcastle Knights win the field position, because of the metres that he can generate. But Ben Hunt's on the field, so... yeah, Newcastle Knights in a really good position. And in that category one, he will miss the Battle of Brisbane next week against the Dolphins at Suncorp Stadium. All right, well, there is so much to look forward to in this second half at Suncorp Stadium. But while we've got Greg, the Goanna Academy is doing this wonderful initiative with Stick With It, which is really raising mental health awareness and support for those most vulnerable. Tell us a little bit about the campaign.
Yeah, so the campaign's the second year running into it now, and, you know, we brought it in to shed light around mental health, because we know mental health and mental illness, you can't see it, you know, and it's just really spoken about. So we bring it to light. It's a simple piece of tape, starts that conversation. Every money that goes into the Goanna Academy gets put back out in the community. So we get to deliver programs right across Australia within itself. And, yeah, I'm just super proud to have, really good staff around me and have really good staff to push us here. They had a couple of there last night in the Dragons game doing 50-50 raffles with them. So, yeah, you would have saw today that NRLW were wearing it across the state. So I'll do the men's and the women's, because mental health doesn't discriminate. It's you know, can affect all of us. So, Greg, you delivered for our game, but how can our game help you? How can the rugby league community get behind the Goanna? Oh, look, they're already doing a fantastic job, to be honest, Coops, but more conversations, the more we can bring this to light and, you know, talk about it, and making sure that everybody's, you know, on the right path to find help, to seek help. The game's doing a wonderful thing, and, you know, I'm just only doing my part. I'm a small piece of a bigger puzzle, and, you know, more often I get out there, the more I want to help people. Well, Greg, it's really important work, and of course you'll be able to help. Search Goanna Academy to help join the movement.
Mental health nearly took everything from me. I know what it feels like. Et désolé pour ceux qui se sont follow, je ne sais pas ce qui se passe, mais je ne vois pas les follow.
When I tape up, it means I'm showing
Je ne vois pas les follow. For myself and for the people around me. Je sais pas qu'est-ce qui arrive. Simple piece of tape.
A powerful act of self-belief.
A reminder when things get tough to stick with it.
Tape up.
Donate.
Show up. A small act can change a life or save a life. Search Goanna Academy to show your support.
J'arrive pas à voir les follow. C'est très très embêtant.
Go Harvey Norman, your destination for outdoor living with these hot deals. Transform your backyard for under $4,000 with the Shade Style 4x3 metre gazebo featuring an adjustable louvered roof. Entertain in style with the Shade Style Barbecue Deluxe gazebo for under $3,000. Cook pizzas, roast, bake, smoke and more with the Ninja Woodfire outdoor oven. Hot deal under $500. Built to last, the Gasmate Quasar 6-burner barbecue only $699. More hot deals for outdoor living in-store and online now. Best prices at Harvey Norman.
Macca's Run. The new barbecue bacon quarter pounder. Don't Macca's walk, Macca's run.
Want science-backed health support? Ask about Swiss Ultivite Women's 50-plus multivitamin, $42.99 from Chemist Warehouse. It supports energy production, reduces free radicals in the body and supports healthy hair, skin and nails. Live, look, feel well at Chemist Warehouse.
Go Harvey Norman, your destination for outdoor living with these hot deals. Transform your backyard for under $4,000 with the Shade Style 4x3 metre gazebo featuring an adjustable louvered roof. Entertain in style with the Shade Style Barbecue Deluxe gazebo for under $3,000. Cook pizzas, roast, bake, smoke and more with the Ninja Woodfire outdoor oven. Hot deal under $500. Built to last, the Gasmate Quasar 6-burner barbecue only $699. More hot deals for outdoor living in-store and online now. Best prices at Harvey Norman.
With Sportsbet, you can now live stream thousands of sports from around the world. With a tap of a button, you can watch and bet on basketball from the US, tennis from France, or soccer from Spain. Unfortunately, we don't stream sports like Turkish oil wrestling, underwater rugby from Germany, or Scandinavian shin kicking. But for thousands of other sports, watch and bet all in one place with Sportsbet.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
So, Spider-Man's been here. There's another action hero, Fletcher.
Bon, allez, 14-0 pour la première mi-temps. C'est très compliqué pour les Broncos. Va falloir réagir très vite et marquer très rapidement si on veut espérer une victoire.
And Kalen Ponga sharing a smile with Reece Walsh, the two number ones. And the Red Bull try predict Newcastle 59% to get the next one.
Well, after missing the game against the Roosters last week, it was a very sharp opening 40 minutes from that man, Kalen Ponga, Reece Walsh. Well, I guess the Broncos have made it tough for him to get involved. They've only been able to get through 11 sets. And you said it's been fiery, it's been testy. Well, there's been 12 penalties blown there.
That's right, yes. 7-5 Newcastle's way, so...
Et du coup, c'est les Broncos qui vont recevoir dans cette deuxième mi-temps avec Ben Hunt pour Penas.
They do put on a show, the Broncos, give them that. Listen, Esso playing at half time, and now we've got a bit of a haze from the fireworks, the flames that went off at the break.
Jordan Ricky maintenant.
Jordan Ricky is put down. Broncos have got some Saturday night games coming. Dolphins next week, Battle of Brisbane as Mam is wrapped up. And they'll get a big crowd here in a couple of weeks against the Warriors. I can't remember where the Warriors.
Walsh pour Jaden Hunt qui encore une fois s'impose. Et pénalité, encore une fois Jaden Hunt. Il fait du bien depuis qu'il est rentré. Il est vraiment très intéressant. C'est assez fou. Ah si, je reçois les follow. Malcolm, bienvenue, merci beaucoup. Et bienvenue sur la chaîne. Je sais pas pourquoi les zones je n'ai pas reçu. Là j'ai reçu. Merci beaucoup. Ça fait plaisir. Encore 4 followers et on atteint les 680 les amis. Allez, Walsh. Ben Hunt qui s'est faufilé pour Carrigan. Carrigan qui avance, on est dans les 20 mètres des Knigths. Walsh qui aurait failli passer, il était face à Kalimponga. Ça joue. Carrigan, Penas. 5e tenue. Ouais, c'est bien joué la passe. Magnifique. Quoi? Alors j'aimerais bien revoir si la passe elle est en avant là parce que moi elle me semblait Ouais, non, si elle est en avant.
We'd overrun it by the time he threw the pass.
Kalen
Ponga celebrating that forward pass call, which is probably correct.
On avait trouvé une brèche. C'est ça, faut continuer maintenant. Continuer à les harceler et ça va s'ouvrir.
The send-offs as well, and Willison too with his injury. He wants them to bring it on in this second half. Really bring on the pressure as well. He wants them to be the first to score as well. For the Knights, Justin Holbrook is really happy with how they're playing. Only note they lack cohesion in the attacking 20.
Très bon plaquage de stack sur best. Allez, ballon pour Reece Walsh maintenant qui va relancer. Qui va donner à Grant Anderson. Essayer de trouver des solutions là pour les Broncos. Deuxième tenue avec Walsh. Walsh qui cherche des solutions. Et à un moment donné, faut les siffler ces fautes. Et Walsh forcément il est vénère. Bah oui, parce que là à un moment donné, c'est quand même abusé de pas siffler ça. Il l'empêche de se relever à 3 reprises. Hunt, Mam, Staggs face à Best. Ça tape fort hein, dans le centre du terrain de ce côté-là. Allez Mam, la chandelle, elle est courte. Kalim Ponga. Les passes pas assurées avec Sandon Smith qui est mis sous pression. Ils ont pas assuré la passe là, les Knigths.
Out in front of him. This now he's sliding into the ball, which is incredible to be able to time it and judge it.
Well, he puts himself in a dangerous spot, but what it must do for the other side, it must give them fear. If they contact him, that's going to be a high tackle. He's lower than a snake's belly.
Une belle cuillère sur Gagai.
Wonderful technique in terms of its
Quatrième tenue.
Here's McEwen.
Cinquième.
So the Knight's don't make it to halfway. Smith, that was Tolty rushing up, good pressure. Oh,
ouais, c'est bien joué. Ben Gagai le par-dessus qui a été récupéré par Ezra Mam. Allez. Carapani.
No, Ezra Mam saw it coming.
6 again.
Set restart for the Broncos. Let's see what they can do.
Jaden
inside the
Newcastle
territory. Gone for this week. Gone for the Battle of Brisbane as well.
Oh là là, bien joué cette passe à hauteur pour Jordan Wiki qui avance aussi. Et on a vu Adam Reynolds sorti 10 minutes de match il me semble. Et Carrigan sur le quatrième. Hunt dans le dos pour Walsh. Walsh qui saute pour Gwent Anderson. Gwent Anderson, il a failli aller. Olby Alak, merci pour le follow. Bienvenue mon ami. Oh là là, il est un peu court. Il est un peu court, Gwent Anderson.
He left the ground a fair way out from the in-goal area, and it was, as you said, Dan, I think, very optimistic.
Newcastle last beat Brisbane in 2021.
Face à Hunt et Jordan Wiki.
Sharp. I'm not sure they had a crowd here to see that game. It was here at Suncorp. Brisbane have won the last
côté Knights. Troisième tenue.
Crouch. Jaden Smith.
Ponga, Dominic Young. Oh là là, Carapani il se fait déborder par Young à chaque fois. C'est pas possible de se prendre des essais comme ça. C'est pas possible de se prendre des essais comme ça. À un moment donné, on est en supériorité numérique. On n'est pas en infériorité numérique, pardon. On doit pas se prendre des essais comme ça. C'est abusé. C'est abusé là.
Just opens them up down that right touch line. Carapani backpedaling and then trying to
Carapani, il faut qu'il s'y colle un peu.
Back inside. Harvey Norman replay sees the fullback off to Phoenix Crossland.
Faut qu'il s'y colle, Carapani.
Who does a good
C'est
job.
pas possible.
Delivers the pass from dummy half. Just pushes up the center of the field. Waits till it comes back to him. Ponga doing his job there. Dane Gagai as well. Just dragging Carapani in enough and making it impossible for him to get to Dom Young.
Some of these, you might catch them in the foreground or the bottom of screen. The celebrations of Ponga, he not that he ever doesn't want to win, but he wants this game so badly. Just watching his mannerisms after plays are completed. Celebrations we don't see too often with him.
Well, I guess 14-0 Dan, and this is a game they have to win. Like that, if they lose this game,
et débordé de partout.
And 14-0 now, 18 certainly helps them, but there's still half an hour left.
Crossland.
A loss would leave them vulnerable, and we're talking about a side that
validé, ouais.
This is the whether it's Smith, whether it's
Ponga, Smith qui a déjà laissé 4
against Cronulla, where they scored more tries. Last week they scored the same amount of tries as the Roosters, and he's 1 from 3 tonight, Smith.
They did score more tries than Cronulla.
That's exactly right.
Ça passe.
Right on.
Et 20-0. Ça va être de plus en plus compliqué.
Just happy it went over.
I was going to say
they were due one.
Hey, NRLW is over on one of the other Fox channels. Watched a bit of that this afternoon. Looks good down there in Wagga. Don't miss your chance to experience the festival. We've got a triple header tomorrow. NRL.com. Good to see it live. That's a good park for footy too. And NRL.com. So if you're in and around the area, have a look. But also on Fox League, on one of the Fox Sports channels, while the NRL is on Fox League. So here we go.
Et Walsh.
With Newcastle up by 20. Still an outside chance you would say
pour
the top
Knigths
4.
maintenant.
More importantly though, gives them breathing space if they go on with the job. Not a skerrick of Bronco yellow or maroon on that momentum tracker. That is remarkable. Brazil. Billy Walters.
Et Billy Walters qui va rentrer.
And certainly provided energy.
Il est temps.
For the last 27 minutes. So coming on roughly the same time tonight. Jones. Sharp. Stopping on a dime. Getting past Haas. Carrigan holds on. Sharp couldn't find someone to link up with. Another efficient set. Ponga. Looking to get a little extravagant perhaps until he decided to put boot the ball. Oh, best all over Walsh.
Allez, ballon pour les Broncos maintenant. Avec Grant Anderson.
Stags. Slipping a pass, Anderson.
Cherche.
No time to be shy now, down by 20.
Ah, c'est bien fait. C'est bien fait avec Carapani qui avance. Billy Walters. Marwiner, voilà. Un peu d'avancée. C'est bien ce qu'ils font là. Avec Jordan Wiki. Allez, avec Walsh qui va proposer à Tolti quelque chose. Et 5e tenue.
Well, they've gone 80 metres there, the Bronx. They'll play the ball on the 20, Newcastle.
Changes continuing with Young.
Six again, mais n'importe quoi. Il leur donne tout, hein. Il leur donne tout, là c'est abusé.
Mooney just coming back on. Walters there with Ricky and Hunt.
C'est abusé.
Smith turning it in. McEwen winding up. They missed him these last few weeks.
3e tenue.
Comes out now to Best. Best. He really likes his chances against Stags. Stags just holds on. Needed some Grant Anderson help to finish that tackle off. On tackle 5. It's Smith going long. Gagai gallivanting and all taken down but staying in. On the last rushing defence, Sandon Smith knows there's a little opening with that extra man coming up. The kick, that's pretty good from Young. Oh, great work from Ben Hunt, though. Cutting it off and taking off.
That was pretty good from Dom Young there. No room to work with, and somehow was able to fashion a kick back on the inside. Any sort of bounce, and there was some Newcastle chase coming through. Hunt, great point.
C'est bien joué côté des Stags là.
And just holding on. Vailua over the top.
Walsh sur les appuis. Walsh.
The magic dust not there at the moment. Like something about
sur sa
that
nuque
with
là.
Grant Anderson.
Parce qu'on vient de signaler la faute, hein, monsieur Rabic, à un moment donné. On a compris pour qui t'étais. Mais bon. Sur des fautes comme ça, faut les signaler pour tout le monde. Hein. Enfin, à un moment donné, il faut arrêter aussi.
Plenty of time to put boot the ball here. Young. Nice little confidence booster for Young. Hasn't been tested too many times in the air. It's been a problem for him the last few weeks. That one he does with ease. There's Gagai again sideways. Well, the Broncos, they win, they come back, produce a stirring comeback. We can still talk about the mathematical possibilities. If they lose, that conversation ends very abruptly. There's Frizzell feeding it on Mooney. Had only played. Oh, there's a sharp offload. Getting going. Some second phase play for Sandon Smith. To say Mooney had only ever
Quatrième tenue pour les Knigths.
Front row for Canberra. Obviously behind some superstars there.
Ponga.
And getting rid of it. Sharp. Sizes it up.
Best. En avant. En avant.
Oh, that is a ruthless forward pass call. Sharp was off it. He was going over. And this one was close.
It was, but I think the referee who was right there, Grant Atkins right there, Kalen Ponga almost gets himself through, offloads the ball there to Fletcher Hunt, quickly flips it out to Bradman Best, who spots a space. Yeah, he's pushed it forward.
Probably. Been strong on those all night. We've seen a few. Certainly at least two, but certainly some big plays overturned because of forward pass calls.
Yeah. Both Ponga and Best threatening the Broncos' defence there.
26 to go. It's Jaden. Pass. Remember, there were some concerns just before the game with his shoulder. This is his 9th run.
Troisième tenue, on est sur la 50. Voilà, c'est mou.
He's going to be put on his back, and then his 9th game. Walters with the one-hand scoop.
Ouais, Walters, c'est bien joué ce qu'il a fait, Walters. Et voilà, il a mis un peu de dynamisme. La passe au pied de Walsh, elle est pas mal. Elle est pas mal pour Cotton Stop. Putain, qu'est-ce qu'il fout.
Oh, Newcastle. It's a steely defence tonight.
Yeah, Billy Walters out of dummy half. What a play it was from Billy. And I think a much better team with Billy Walters in it.
Walters, il a fait du bien là.
Opens them up. Cops a knee from Kalen Ponga as he falls into the tackle.
Très intelligent.
Green Anderson, I think he realised that Marju was in front of him. He took the ball cleanly and thought he just had to offload it, and I think he got it right.
Yeah, he wasn't going to get there.
No.
At that angle. But Newcastle, it's been the story of the night. Brisbane obviously just a little off, but Newcastle are just there in waves. The desperation, palpable. 25 to go. Change of angle. Straight over the top of Walters. Now back the other way. One try in the second half. Crossland is a 40-20 master. It's got angle, but not enough. Walsh has it covered. Oh, geez, it just nearly got away from him. Now the long ball. Karapani. And first there is Mooney. And then it's Crossland.
Oh là, Karapani, qu'est-ce qu'il leur fait?
Oh no, Mooney. He got wrong-footed there, and he was in
Allez.
as he tries to hobble back, and it's a penalty here, offside.
Pénalité.
So we'll keep an eye on Mooney.
He looks all right there.
He does. Might have just got a bit of a fright there, but Brisbane get a good get-out-of-jail card here.
Yeah, might have been an impact injury there. He might have made contact with someone as he tried to make that tackle on Karapani. In the end, Crossland got himself after the kicking the ball, got himself up there to at least slow Karapani down.
Hopwood ready to come back on. Pretty good contributor with his first stint. With Broncos now. That's a big kick into touch. So Broncos now go to work. They just, well, they've got to get the first one. They start to believe after that. Jordan Ricky with a tough run. Inside the 20 now. Haven't had too many chances inside the 20 with Walsh, Engel, back for Hunt. Hunt on the man. Mam always looks to run first, and he does here. Gagai and Sandon Smith combined. Mariner is strong, but he's not strong enough to get through Ponga and company. 2 tackles left here. Newcastle holding onto this clean sheet. Now that ball was batted out by a Knight, but it's deemed an attempt at a tackle, and it's a Brisbane knock-on.
Well, that was a Newcastle hand that whacked the ball out of the arms of the Brisbane player and at dummy half, and we've seen, and it's Ezra Mam gets out.
Oh no, he's just lost it. Yeah, Frizzell did nothing there. The Maringo looked like he chopped at the arm.
C'est honteux en tant qu'une équipe qui a été champion l'année dernière de faire des matchs de merde comme ça. C'est une honte. C'est une honte là. Franchement.
Well, there's still some time left here, but they don't want to continue to waste chances, and they've had some.
Run now from Sharp. Pretty strong stuff this, Hopwood. No nonsense, good meters. Zandon Smith. So many injuries for Newcastle. Smith has been in the halves most games when it was thought he was going to be a number 14 when he came across from the Sydney Roosters. So the set comes to an end. Nothing wrong with that from Newcastle. And again, the long ball from Reece Walsh, but Anderson's just got nowhere to go.
Chase was strong right throughout.
Nifty footwork. Going nowhere. Walters. Not square was McEwen, so that's why he pulled out of that. But Smith was entitled to make the tackle. Walters does well to fashion a pass as Carrigan gets it on. Semu. That's a pretty good result there for Brisbane. And only 2 plays left as Walters zips in a dummy half. Carrigan. Straight into
Carrigan, c'est bien joué. Avec Penas, voilà.
Well, pass went down a little awkwardly. Seems to be okay. Last tackle. Walsh.
Oh, la passe de Walsh, elle est magnifique. Avec Mariner. Mariner. Oui, l'essai de Walsh. Oh, enfin. Et quel essai.
Still burns. Broncos under the sticks.
Oh, well, that was Reece Walsh brilliance. Absolutely brilliant from Reece Walsh. Into dummy half. Threatened the defence, threw a great ball out to Dean Mariner. Mariner's terrific on his feet. Gets a kick away. Dom Young coming in, feels to try and make the tackle. Mariner, just look at the footwork here to beat some Newcastle defenders as they make their way back towards the try line. The chip ricochets off Lockie Crouch, and Reece Walsh appears from nowhere. Newcastle had a player coming across and Walsh throws himself at the footy. Bradman best it was. Yeah. Well, if they're going to get themselves out of it, that's the man that's going to do it.
Well,
allez, c'est bien joué. Allez, Reece.
Wouldn't say he's on their side, but it's not a huge problem right now. 19 minutes. Remember what this side did all through 2025. Of course, it's been a very different year, but they know somewhere in the back of their minds they can do this.
And not for the first time tonight. I've said Broncos have put in a good set. That was a good set from Brisbane. Again, Billy Walters involved in some good stuff. Reece Walsh just getting himself to dummy half as the ball was played.
So, he got it. Oh no,
il a raté. Comment il a pu rater?
Okay, Bucky, you're under point scoring.
Yeah, they're going to have a look.
Well,
it was a shank, but it looked like from our angle it went over. But the touches didn't like it.
Can you just review that?
Now, in the old days, that's it. And if both touches...
Non, il n'a pas raté, là.
It's over. But he's got it. Well, he's got it high enough.
Bah.
See the ball? Yes. Clearly over.
Well, that's just drama we didn't need.
I can't believe both touches waved it away.
Ball definitely goes between the posts. Just confirm it goes over the crossbar.
It does.
Yes. Ah non, il y est.
Ball goes over the crossbar for
It was a bad kick. It wasn't that bad.
No.
All right, 20 to 6.
Ouais, si, allié, oh, j'ai eu peur. Alors, un transfo, elle n'est pas ouf. Mais ouais.
Oh, I thought Brandy were going back to the Wollongong Ocean on a Friday night in the 90s.
Wasn't even one up, one down. It was both down.
That's right. Oh, a thundering run. Listen to the crowd. It's alive again. Hawkwood wearing that one. So Jordan Ricky.
Well, it took them 60 minutes to get their first try. And
oh putain, mais laisse le ballon passer. C'est pour faire ça, Mariner. Il est nul aujourd'hui. Il fait n'importe quoi, Dan Mariner. Aujourd'hui, c'est une catastrophe.
Immediately threw it out to Dean Mariner. That was there was a player in front of him. Someone was moving forward. Mariner was sliding out. Just when you get yourself back in the game.
14 up. Well, this could bury the Broncos here. Sharp. Well, just to take that rather cleanly.
Well, that was Thomas Kent, who's going to spend a little bit of time at dummy half, and his passing last week when he got in.
Et en plus, il donne des succès à Gain, mais ouais, c'est abusé, c'est abusé.
Mooney is claimed. Yeah, Harrison Graham taken out of the side tonight. He's been a good contributor this year and plays a lot at dummy half when Crossland comes out of that position. Kent on for Ponga.
Allez, ballon pour les Knigths. Gagai.
Using a decoy. McEwen didn't want it to be a decoy. He wanted to go right through, but it came to Gagai. Now Ponga. It's a little off at the moment, but they can change that in a hurry. With Sharp out to Best. Best, flick pass. Young. My goodness!
Putain, genre il l'a mis. Genre il l'a mis, c'était ça. Franchement, nos ailiers, Anderson, Karapani, défensivement, c'est une catastrophe aujourd'hui.
I can't believe he scored this try, Greg Marju, and we'll have a look at it, but they're happy with it on field. Brilliant pass. It's been a great battle between Staggs and Best out on this side of the field. Ponga holds it up, Sharp holds it up, gives it to Best. Best on the outside and flicks it as he draws in.
One of the put-downs of the season. Dancing along the touchline.
Sandon Smith took his time to give it to Ponga. They were deep, and then he flicked it. At the moment Anderson came in. Marju, both feet off the ground, and gets it down. That's a try.
They can't take that off him. That's brilliant. Ponga again. Look at him. Oh, he's wanted this bad.
Well, they give up a try, Dan. The Broncos make an error, and Newcastle just keep their lead at 18 with a kick to come.
Greg Marju. I got done in by the Dreads there. So the Dreads thought we had a Dom Young try. They're both just killing it at the moment. There you go, the two big wingers for Newcastle. They're scoring tries at will, 24-6. So that is something the Brisbane scored back. Wonderful try at the other end. 2 from 4 tonight for Sandon Smith. Left side much better this year than his right side kicking. 4 from 5 from the left touchline coming into this game. And 4 from 6 now. So 24-6. But that is a demoralising one for the Broncos. By the way, as we watch more replays, everything here is just exquisite.
The timing of Best's flick pass couldn't have been better. If it wasn't that, as it was, well, Marju doesn't score because Anderson slides out a little bit quicker.
Cricket's on. Next week, cricket beginning early this year, Australia takes on Bangladesh. Bangladesh had a big test win this year, so don't sleep on them. In a 2-match series in Australia's top end, you've got all the stars returning for Australia. It's like bonus cricket here on Fox Cricket. August 13, bit of winter test cricket from the top end. There's Newcastle. Oh, there's a couple of big bodies colliding. Young bodies of Hopwood and Vas Semu. Maju. 2 tries for him, 1 for Young, 1 for Sharp, 1 for Crossland. 5 tries to 1.
Compliqué.
Mooney. Mooney sort of backing back and
tackle 4.
Too far.
Is up. Let's go.
A conversation with someone there. Sandon Smith perhaps. Now he's Croker. Ooh, he almost burst through. Got past Haas.
Hold, square, wait. No, nothing later, the kick, Billy.
Now the kick. Sandon Smith. It's brought back by Karapani. Just on Payne Haas. There are moments you watch tonight, he doesn't quite look 100%, does he? He's 10 runs, 81 metres. Hasn't had a real impact on this game. Had the shoulder injury or the shoulder scare before the game.
Yeah, it's almost like he's just
Quel match il aura fait lui. Peut-être l'un des seuls joueurs Broncos qui aura été bon.
Long ball. Stags and Best has been one of, if not the battle of the night.
C'est bon, le tenu il doit être effectué 4 fois là. Enfin.
His passing, his try assists are better than his actual line breaks or his tries, and that was a good example of it. That flick pass. That's the sort of skill that Best brings.
Marino aujourd'hui c'est une catastrophe.
Once a game.
No, his catch and pass is as good as any centre in the game, but that's just another example of what he can do. Bradman Best.
No need to slide along the ground this time for Ponga. Oh, hopefully it's cramp.
Yeah.
No one wants to see Ponga hurt. And it's almost comical now. Get the pickle juice. Get the pickle juice out.
He's had a pretty heavy schedule, hasn't he, this year? But he's missed some games and missed last week's game against the Roosters.
There it is, the pickle juice.
Yeah, do you swallow the pickle?
No, I think you're not supposed. I think Kalen is such a baller that he just swallows the. Nothing is too. Knock on Newcastle. I was about to say nothing is too brutal for Kalen.
Okay, Bucky.
It looks like he enjoyed it.
Got a challenge from Newcastle.
Manu Leilua.
Now he's frothing at the mouth. Yeah, that's the pickle juice for you.
Well, the captain's on the ground, so he didn't challenge. I think Manu Leilua's come out with this one.
So let's have a look here.
There's a hand.
Look at the right hand here of Katoni Staggs.
Well, yeah, definitely. Just pushes it out.
He pushes the ball out for deliberate motion.
Now that's Campbell.
Challenge is successful.
We get to see Ponga and the captain's challenge in the one shot.
Yep. Challenge successful still with the challenge, yeah, mate.
So Newcastle, they get a win there. Getting wins all over the place. Ponga. And shake that off and certainly stay out there. And that's Adam Reynolds. You can see there. It's not going to be a fairy tale. Certainly final season. And that fairy tale was last year. Might be a last year fairy tale, but it's certainly a heck of a way to close your career. It's not going to be this year for Brisbane, it would seem. Now, Panther dummy half again. On to Smith. Show and go straight through. Oh, the pass. All he had to do was connect with McEwen, and that would have been almost certain. Oh, knock down Brisbane. Oh, they can't take a trick.
En avant Brisbane.
That's why the ball didn't land in the arms there of Manu Leilua. Reece Walsh went to the. Oh no, he didn't.
He didn't touch that.
No, long way from.
It was a bad pass.
Busy.
Had it connected, I think it was only Tulty. I'm not sure he would have run down. It was a try. Yeah, McEwen has got that explosiveness.
Sandon Smith gets the pass right, and Reece Walsh.
See how this angle the ball is away from Reece Walsh's hand. There's no knock on from Brisbane.
Well, Sandon Smith was hoping.
Then hits the left arm of Jermaine. It travels forward. Captain's challenge is successful.
It's been nice to watch in a game that's been a little nasty, particularly at the start. Walsh and Ponga certainly seem to enjoy each other's company, even when they're opponents. And if the result holds, it'll be 2-2 between those two. And this is their 4th meeting. So, Brisbane ball. 24-6. Knigths on the live ladder would stay in 6th. Well, in fact, they'd overtake South Sydney, but South have a game in hand, and South have a better for and against. But it's an important win. Just keeps the chasers at bay and keeps top four alive. But they're going to need some things to go their way.
Just keeps them in touch of the top 4.
That's right. Cronulla and Dolphins. One of those they're going to have to run down. And they're behind by a game and significant for and against. So they're going to need one of those two sides, Cronulla or Dolphins, to fall over, really. Well, that's not what the plan was there. The pass from Walsh. And ball to ground. And the frustration showing. Hands on hips everywhere.
A couple of wayward passes from Reece Walsh in the last few sets. Just making, throwing the ball into the back of his lead runner there when he was trying to get it out the back.
An all too familiar look in 2026. Michael Maguire. They fall to 6 and 13. And I'm trying to pour dirt on the Broncos here, but just from a historical perspective, no defending premier has had a record of 6 from their first 19 since 1981. Now here's Croker.
After a promising start, 5 from 8. They were 5 from 8 and didn't get their 6th win until 2 weeks ago.
It's going to be confounded what they did to Penrith. They deserved to win a couple of weeks ago, and yet only 6 wins for the year.
Well, it was a wet night, and they got through 90% of their sets. And Reece Walsh had 80 touches of the ball, 80-plus touches of the ball. He took the game on himself.
Newcastle now. They get through another set. Walsh under it. Sharp! Can't quite take it on the full. So knock on Newcastle, Brisbane ball.
It's got to come out 10 anyway.
Here comes Josiah Carapaz. Newcastle. This is their last night game until the finals, if and when they get there. Penalty here for Brisbane. All afternoon footy, and they've played a lot of afternoon football, Newcastle. Canberra, Gold Coast, Manly, and then the Warriors at Mount Smart. So that's what they've got ahead of them once they finish this game off here. But Brisbane get to boot this upfield. Hear the reaction.
Big kick from Reece Walsh.
He's done that a couple of times. Hear from the coaches afterwards. Michael Maguire and Justin Holbrook. Oof. That's emblematic. Everything out of sync. Home to Carrigan. Now it's Hunt. On for man. Turning it in for Jaden Hunt. Back in the Westpac red zone they head. Not there yet as Hunt. Out for Walsh. Walsh continues to try. Walsh goes through. Inside the 10. You can't question the boys' effort. Now it's Walters to Tolte and the ball goes down. Penalty. But Newcastle delighted because they still saved a try. And they're going to make Brisbane have to go again.
Yeah, they did.
Can't challenge 10 metres.
Well, they just moved too quickly off the try line. Billy Walters out of dummy half. Ben Tolte.
Here's our mark over here.
So obviously the judgment is those defenders weren't on the try line when the play started.
Yeah. Well, he scores if he catches it, though. Again, a set or a near thing for the Broncos off the back of a bit of Reece Walsh energy.
Le Suncorp il s'est vidé. Vraiment, supporter des Broncos, on est blasé. Franchement là, de ce qu'on voit et tout, de ce qu'on a vu l'année dernière, de ce qu'on a vu. Mais vas-y, il faut pas du temps Lucie.
to leave the field. No, no, no! Billy!
Grant Atkins is going to send someone to their room in a minute here.
We have 14 players on the field. I will blow the whistle when the game is about to restart.
So, are we talking Matt Croker?
It must be.
Yeah.
Okay. Tolty.
Allez, 6 again.
Almost by design from the Knights as Carrigan bumps it up. They need 3 converted tries in 7.5 minutes. Walsh for Hunt. Hunt for Mann. Knights everywhere. Gagai and McEwen with the tackle. Gagai, great. Essentially a great one-on-one shot with McEwen there just in case. Over the head of Tolty. He played limbo with that. Now it's Haas. Haas running sideways. Haas getting out now. Staggs winding up, but best within the whole way.
Il n'y a pas de solution, il n'y a pas de solution. On ne trouve plus les solutions qu'on trouvait avant.
Back in field for Hunt. Mam again. Gets it on for Jaden Hunt.
Putain, Jaden Hunt.
Knights defending
Quel match.
stoutly.
Quel match de Hunt. Jaden Hunt. Oh, la croisée de Tolchi.
Tolty, no, Frizzell desperate. Walters into a cul-de-sac. Hunt loses the ball. Knights hold on again. The only try Knight Newcastle have conceded was a freakish effort. A chip and chase job from Mariner and Walsh. That's all. That's all they've allowed in. Weather here, you can see the ground chopping up. In some parts, it looks like Eagle Farm after the last. Now here's Frizzell. Powerful run, Frizzell, and getting it on. Mooney catch and pass. Smith now out there to Hopwood. Tolty staying down briefly, so they're down to defender. The Broncos had that side stacked with McEwen going to ground. Ponga. Sharp. Manuleilua. He was on the right side last week with strong runs. This time on the left and well held, and Tolty struggling. So they're still down one. Last tackle though. Smith putting up an end over end kick, and up goes Anderson. Very good catch from Grant Anderson. And the play is called held. So this will be 6 losses in a row at Suncorp for Brisbane. Which I believe they've only done a couple of times. 2003, they lost 6 in the same season. 2020 into 2021, they lost 6 in a row. That does speak.
Mariner, c'est une cata. C'est une cata Mariner aujourd'hui. Ils n'auront pas été bons. Tolchi leur a pas apporté ce qu'il devait apporter.
Chip kick. Walsh.
Putain, mais même, il prend la balle de volée et attends pas le rebond. Ah, allez, c'est fini, allez. On va couper parce que là, c'est en train de m'agacer. C'est n'importe quoi. Donc voilà, les amis, merci d'avoir suivi ce live. J'espère qu'il vous aura plu. On se retrouve la semaine prochaine pour des prochains matchs. Je vous souhaite une très bonne